one at the bridge, you becoming a bitch. Over and done in the ditch, struck out and swung on a pitch. Coming and done at the stitch, hardly got numbers on Twitch. This ain't a glitch you thought, homie, you looking distraught. Thinking you're needing a shot, roll up the weed on the spot. This is too much for these hoes, they be allergic to flows. Easy and busy we go, up in your nugget for those feeling forgotten. But no, we ain't forgotten you so. Falling you rotten and yo, telling you this so you know. We got the wind at our backs, spitting the balls over tracks. Who got the heat in the sacks? We got the heat in the back. Take a sip, take a hit, take a rip, take a dip, and if you really must take a shit, hope you feel better, lighter than you ever did. Us falling off, that's a never kid. Doing what you never did and you're whatever kid. Us falling off, that's a never did. Come again? That's a never did. Us falling off, that's a never did.
Yo, none of them worry we. RP Heavy D. Pick a style, any beat. We'll take it to any street and pull out the heavy heat. We could squash any beef. Not talking about every beef, so let's make this very brief. Niggas is funny tight, broken their money tight. Shoot you with a gun, got no hands for a bloody fight. You stopped at the stop sign, got popped with a Glock 9. A lot of witnesses there, but who's gonna drop time? They snitched on the capo. A snitch is a sapo. They caught the rat though, and let the black go. Once you shit in the hood, you can't go back, bro. You gotta watch your back or get smoked like tobacco. Asshole.
Take a sip, take a hit, take a rip, take a dip, and if you really must take a shit, hope you feel better, lighter than you ever did. Us falling off, that's a never kid. Doing what you never did and you're whatever kid. Us falling off, that's a never did.
Come again?
That's a never did. Us falling off, that's a never did.
What is it?
We got another body.
Where?
457 Aesop Street.
On my way, 763.
Take a sip, take a hit, take a rip, take a dip, and if you really must take a shit, hope you feel better, lighter than you ever did. Us falling off, that's a never kid. Doing what you never did and you're whatever kid. Us falling off, that's a never did.
Come again?
That's a never did. Us falling off, that's a never did. Taking all that, you better fall back. I know you're stalling that out like you drive a lemon. You try to study the moves and yet it's mind bending. We're here to give you a clinic and charge you by the minute. And everything you put in it will come back and fin it. Put the joint on the table, then you fucking spin it. When you smelling the smoke, you know who fucking lit it. It's just a part of the game, but you ain't got any. You never knew what I had it, and yet I got plenty. What you sipping on, less than sipping Henny. I'm taking his keys, he had too many.
Yeah, we here. Now they turning up, smoking all kind of stuff. We can't burn nothing. It's too lit. I'm talking about the weed. We got more good bud than you could ever need. I'm fucking up. It's not a bad thing, player. See that bitch right there? I'm about to fuck her upstairs. It's a party. As soon as we walked in, my new best friend is your ex-girlfriend, and your next one too. She was in our crew before she met you. She telling the truth. She said too short. That's my homie. Did she tell you all night she used to shake that monkey at my house after the after party? Her phone keeps ringing. Where's my shorty? She ain't answering. She's having too much fun. You come to my house and baby you gon' come. Yeah.
This is what we came to do. This is what we came to do. This is what we came to do. Party, party, party. This is what we came to do. This is what we came to do.
That's right.
This is what we came to do. Party, party.
Hey yo, from NY to Calabasas. Groupies be chasing us, grabbing asses. Backstage with the axis passes. All they really want is some satisfaction. They wanna hang with Too Short, they idle. Now they boyfriends is acting suicidal. Don't worry, we just wanna bend the back. Have a little fun and send her back. Pop a few bottles, celebrate the LP. She like working out and eating healthy. Her whole crew like the
Paging Dr. Greenthumb, now come light up.
When I pulled up to the party with 2K, I seen her dancing, opening up her two legs, looking like she needed a good pipe. She got hammered and passed out, didn't even say goodnight.
This is what we came to do. This is what we came to do. This is what we came to do. Party, party, party. This is what we came to do. This is what we came to do. This is what we came to do. Party, party. This is what we came to do.
It's a party,
This
baby.
is what we came to do. This is what we came to do.
You know how we do.
This is what we came to do. This is what we came to do. This is what we came to do.
Nate Watts.
This is what we came to
Get
do.
funky with it.
This is what we came to
Get
do.
funky with it.
This is what we came to do. Party,
Come on, come on, come on.
This is what we came to do.
Yeah.
This is what we came to do.
Attention, Insane Asylum. Epic Dr. Greenthumb Show prizes. Every super chat enters you into a giveaway for a free gift. And the more you give, the bigger the rewards. Check this out. Send a $20 super chat, and we'll hook you up with the sticker pack or pins. Drop a $50 super chat, and you'll snag a t-shirt or a hat so you can rep BREALTV in style. But if you're feeling bold, hit us with the $100 super chat, and we'll send you a mystery box loaded with over $200 worth of awesome surprises. Don't miss your chance to win. Send your super chat now, and let's get this party fucking started. Let's go.
Fucking nice, mate. Everything you want is on the other side of hard. You want it easy, leasy, tell them they can pray to God. And even God would think, goddamn, that's kinda odd. What kind of facade are you running? Another fucking fraud. You ain't put the work and you just wanna clutch your bag. If you try to touch my bag, then I gotta clutch the mag. Barrel stays smoking like a chain smoking stoner. Promo coming at you while the homie smoke a corner. Want a job at Greenthumbs, come see me, I'm the owner. But I might be on the phone, so just wait your turn and take a number. Don't be coming with your hand out, that shit never panned out. You're looking at the standout that planned out. In the meantime, he don't roll the brand out. They don't understand we taking over, it's a damn route. We ain't fucking with no boot pack lame ducks. When you think about it, no one is the same as us. Work in, work, put that 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 work in.
I know killers and dealers, gorillas, real straight to Zilla. Every day's a hustle, got the grind with my winners. Sick of heavy hitters, look like Pittsburgh Steelers. Brothers to work late night, son. And my niggas unfamiliar, hit the corner block. Yo, reconsider, deliver bigger quantities way back. Remember? Blood spills in the winter night, beef frills the wizard. Psycho Les the Ripper, come on, son, illa. Dismember sick, better turn me to a grave digger. Stripper, ruby slipper, slipper, unzip my zipper. She's giving up the P, caught me pulling on the whiskers. Thicker, bigger stacks of cash, secret people whisper. Counting so much cash that my fingers got blisters. Transmitter, splitter, counterfeiter, glitter. Discipline your mind, spoke that neurotransmitter. Work hard, get your money, blaze that fire, apple
Put
fritter.
that work in, work, put 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 that work in, work.
And yo, it's time to make the donuts and make the crowd go nuts. And just like crochet, we got
Epic
this.
Dr. Greenthumb Show prizes. Every super chat enters you into a giveaway for a free gift. And the more you give, the bigger the rewards. Check this out. Send a $20 super chat, and we'll hook you up with the sticker pack or pins. Drop a $50 super chat, and you'll snag a t-shirt or a hat. You can rep BREALTV in style. But if you're feeling bold, the $100 super chat, and we'll send you a mystery box loaded with over $200 worth of awesome surprises. Don't miss your chance to win. Send your super chat now, and let's get this party fucking started. Let's go.
I just be smoking, talking shit like Joe Rogan. Let's work, work, work. Put that work in. 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 Work, work. Put
to an
that
extra layer of
work
tobacco
in.
leaf. Hits better thanks to those 2 layers of leaf being all natural. Does it get any better? To be blunt, yes it does. Al Capone wraps are also easy to roll with a self-stick strip. Oh, and did we mention? Our premium wraps come in 3 great flavors: original, cognac, and rum. If you want a great smoke, you need a great natural leaf wrap. Slow burn, hits better.
Budget on the cable, hit the ground running if you're able.
Rappers and DJs alike, we do what we gotta to survive. 2 turntables in the mic.
Excuse me. From the cradle to the grave, life's unstable. Ride away, globe spinning out, set sail. Get your hands up like a robbery. Runaway train, ain't no stopping me. Out of poverty, gotta be on the side of sea. No monopoly, that's the way it ought to be. Hands up on me, bitch, you cut them off. No wannabes ever become a boss. Brighten up and tighten up, they're writing me checks from the pounds, they lighten up. Designer cuts like a 3-piece fitted on your frame. Put me in the Hall of Fame, cuts game, recognized game.
Rappers and DJs alike, we do what we gotta to survive. 2 turntables in the mic.
Excuse me.
Jump to this, pump your fist. I wanna see if I can keep up with this. Rep your set like a disco fat. When do I drop this in a discotheque? Check the time on my gold Rolex as I scroll down the Rolodex. Don't ever disrespect the logo press, or we shoot holes through the polo vest. VVC, psycho blast. Bang it from the east coast to the west. Inhale, straight to the chest. Exhale, the pain and the stress. These strains is the best we blaze in the
Attention,
west.
Insane Asylum. Ready to score some epic Dr. Greenthumb Show prizes? Every super chat enters you into a giveaway for a free gift. And the more you give, the bigger the rewards. Check this out. Send a $20 super chat, and we'll hook you up with the sticker pack or pins. Drop a $50 super chat, and you'll snag a t-shirt or a hat so you can rep BREALTV in style. But if you're feeling bold, hit us with the $100 super chat, and we'll send you a mystery box loaded with over $200 worth of awesome surprises. Don't miss your chance to win. Send your super chat now, and let's get this party fucking started. Let's go.
I know it don't make sense, but it makes dollars. So fuck off.
From another school, find another fool. I'm not hearing what you're putting down. Look around, use another tool. Come against me and I use it as fuel. The bull of the block, put the hammer on cock. Let me silence the talk. Violence in the street that I walk. A black hoodie in the 40 block. Venom in the shadow of dark. With the heart of stone on me, I'll be setting the tone. Lyrical hammers that break bones. The great one's home.
Get outta here.
You smell what the doc's pushing. You wanna see what's in the bag and you're caught looking. Ain't no mistaking, taking deep breaths in. Yeah, the highs creeping in the doctor caught your ass sleeping. You'll never cheapen the Cali dreaming. Tick tock and you don't stop.
Don't stop.
Click clack and you step back.
Step back.
Hit a lick and you don't quit.
Don't quit.
Pop pop and your ass drops.
We gonna do how this shit work. Got the red laser lights and shit. Pass them. Don't get greedy, don't take two of them. I see my man taking two of them.
When that guy is right, touch
Drop, popping your ass drop. If you a Cali dreamer, lean on my shoulder, the holder of the rock. They told me I'd never see her the way that others thought. Put you on the spot like a dot on your head. If you forgot, tick-tock, pop, infrared. They say we going in slow motion. We call it coasting, yeah, the boys from Pacific Ocean. We keep it moving, what we doing might keep you posted. Or you may never have a notion, you might catch emotion. Let's hit you with the hot one like a shotgun. Yeah, we caught one, now we got your attention. We Top Gun, stop son. Less is more, coming at your head like a 4-4. Pointing through the window like we at war. Come on. Tick tock and you don't stop. Don't stop. Click clack and you step back. Step back. Hit a lick and you don't quit. Don't quit. Pop pop and your ass drops.
Motherfuckers got the block hot. Some out of time and try to get slick and got shot.
Pop pop.
Time to skip town like hopscotch and kill my anxiety with a scotch shot. All I do is hang around henchmen. All you do is hang around yes men. I'm a senior, you a freshman. I drink liquor, you drink a refreshment. We keep it gangster, you keeping it wankster. You got pop for being a prankster. By the dock, next to the tanker. You got dropped like a chain with the anchor. To the bottom of the ocean like shellfish. When you playing on the team, you can't be selfish. Put the spotlight on Elvis. Yo, B, these dudes look fishy. I'm starting to smell fish.
Tick tock and you don't stop. Click clack and you step back. Hit a lick and you don't quit. Pop pop and your ass drops.
This is great. How did you crack them? It wasn't easy. What do you mean? I thought these little corner newsies were like pushing over baby carriages. Well, this guy was holding the bank.
I'm done with all the lip service. What's your purpose? Can't curse. I don't hear anything you say cause you're worthless. You ain't got no love, we see it on the surface. What's wrong? Seeing me making moves makes you nervous. No first. What a damn shame. Took it to the heart and the brain and let the game change everything you're feeling disdain. And whatever remained between the brothers shattering vain. Shit'll never be the same, it sounds insane. It's real psycho. It might go bad, but it's like, yo, it's time to trim the fat like a chick doing lipo. They say they down with you, but it's part of the cycle. Homies come and go, we keep it moving like so. Don't know what your problem, but I feel it. But you feel it. Maybe you just envy how we kill it, but you won't spill it. My cup is full because I feel it as I will it. I never try to conceal it. You ain't with it as I drill it.
This goes hard.
You know I go hard body, all body. Get on stage moving mob like John Gotti. Go. Me and B-Real still the show. It's an armed robbery. Every time double cross me, my shotty and God got me. Bang. They surprised I'm still on the rise. So many pray for my demise, they just wasted time. For all of y'all that got a problem, just go wait in line. Yeah. So you could suck my dick one at a time. Damn. And I could give a fuck less. What's next? Headshots for the plated vest. That's how rumors get laid to rest. Get jumped, try and play some chess. Rolling insane for days that I'm feeling stressed. Shout out Psycho Less. We get money off the books. Ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. Hell nah. Hands dirty cause I came from the soot. Don't talk, you don't know what it took.
This goes hard.
Might have been talking.
Disclaimer. This video, like all videos featured on this channel, is definitely intended for mature audiences. This video is likely to contain profane language. Content is inappropriate for minors. Video is not for kids.
Welcome to the Dr. Greenthumb Show. Lord of mercy.
What it do? Yes. Welcome to the Dr. Greenthumb Show live on Twitch, Discord, YouTube, X, and home site, www.BREALTV. In-house guest today, once again, our sister Reverie is in the building.
What's up? You know what I just noticed? We're matching.
We're matching, yeah. If we were doing a video right now, it'd be popping. Be having it right there. We also have the iconic one, Eric Big Drum Bobo, in the building.
Buddy.
We got the Treehouse Crew, Bolton, Blombo, Bra, and the Dominator.
Yo, what it do?
And we have Mr. Milligrams, E-Zone.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back, Rev.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's good to be back in here after last night because we were high as fuck. Right, Bobo?
Yeah.
We did a Bong Appétit reunion deal. And
There was food?
the meal was infused. Yes, the whole every aspect of it. And of course we were smoking out beforehand. So yeah, I left there very lit. And I had a good REM sleep last night. How about you, Bobo? Did you have a REM sleep?
Man, I was out, and I doubled up on the arroz con dulce.
Oh yeah.
I doubled up when you did
Arroz with what?
Yeah, arroz con dulce.
Dulce?
It's
Like candy?
no.
The dessert.
It's the dessert, like the sweet rice, what do we call it?
Arroz con leche?
Arroz
Yeah,
con
there
leche.
you go. Arroz con leche.
I'm like, what the fuck?
I
is
mean,
that,
for
bro?
us, Puerto Ricans, we have a thing called arroz con dulce. So
And it's the same thing, but it's arroz con leche for us that are not Puerter Rican.
Yeah, so
But there's
Ooh,
many
so
names
good.
for it.
I had to double up on
The
it.
white folks call it rice pudding.
That's how they sell it at Disneyland.
Really? Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They eat that too?
That's how they sell it at Disneyland.
But
They have
But
it at Disneyland now?
yeah.
but it wasn't like thick like this. It was like it wasn't as thick as what we're seeing there, but it was awesome. Like they sprinkled this terp shit on top of it. On top of the flavor that it already was carrying. Oh my God. It was,
Because there's different consistencies, bro.
yes.
I remember my grandma used to make that when I used to go to school sometimes. And in the morning, and I remember cause she's Salvadorian, but it was more watery, it would obviously be milk, so it would be more
Right.
drenched with more actual water than or milk than actual rice.
See, that's what it was
Pick it up.
yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, when it's more like water, I enjoy it like that.
ooh, yeah,
because it's very lumpy when it's super over overdone with the rice.
Yeah. No, this is good right here. But yeah, the one we had last night, the consistency was more like watery, like you're saying.
Ooh, I like all the different variations.
Yeah.
I'll take any of it.
Yeah.
It's so good.
They're all good, really.
Yeah, the thing that was cool was trying stuff that I normally don't eat and I think I don't like eggplant.
Right.
And there was a dish with this stuffed eggplant over this drink, and it was a mocktail, and that eggplant was so good. Man.
It didn't taste like eggplant.
Not
It
at
looked
all.
like a scallop.
Yes.
It looked like a scallop, but it was eggplant, and it had like this It was like a crispy chili type of thing. Like they made the eggplant kind of crispy on the outside a little bit with this red sort of Asian chili on top of it.
Like some kimchi.
Well, it's like a chili crisp.
Chili crisp. There you go.
I feel you on that, Bobo, because I'm not really a big eggplant fan, and I know if somebody would have been told, it's like, oh, like if I would have read it on the menu and it said, oh, we had this eggplant dish, I would have automatically canceled that out. Been like, I don't want that shit. You know what I mean? But if you see it and present it differently, I guess the mind will just trick you out of trying certain things, and then when you try them with food, it's like that, you know?
Yeah, they
You'll
have.
be like, damn, I didn't know I was gonna like that shit because I'm, you know, like tomato. Fucking hate the actual tomato itself. Will I eat different variations of it? Fuck yeah. It just depends on how you pair it. Like, you know, the Italian version with the cheese and all that shit, like caprese or whatever they call it.
Oh, that's
good. Like that shit. I'm like, that makes a tomato shine for me. You know what I mean? But just by itself, I'd be like, eh.
Yeah, I don't mind eggplant, but I don't go out of my way to eat it. But that shit last night was absolutely 100% dope.
I thought that was at your house, bro. I thought it was at the Shindig where you were mentioning these foods when you were talking previously before we went on there, and I was just like, damn.
At his crib he had
this fucking feast at, bro.
No, at his crib he had the master smoker. You know, he had bots up there with you know, smash burgers.
He carried the smoker on his back. I heard tipped up the hill.
Man,
he might as well have.
I told him, I said, you need to come to the crib to see about, you know, where you got to set up. He said, nah.
He needs a golf cart with a hitch to get it up your fucking hill, bro.
I heard he drives the truck like the Flintstones drove their car.
He was a little nervous going up my hill. You know what I mean? He's like, how do I get out of here?
Can you blame him?
It's not for everybody.
I've been talking about that shit for like 30 years, B. Your fucking driveway is fucked up.
Yeah, that's how it goes, though, like in that area, though, man.
It is.
Yeah, like when you're living up in there, it's peace of mind for sure when you're living up in the hills, like any kind of hills. But like, it's fucking treacherous when it starts to rain or when you're driving at night, bro. Yeah, that's.
I mean, I smoothed out the driveway. I did.
You did.
I smoothed it out because that was like on some.
And you put a little curb there too.
Put a little curb so you don't fall off the cliff.
You got to be a complete ass to fall off.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, that's why I didn't have any shots going on at my party.
Oh no.
I don't have insurance for people to fall and be rolling down my hill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, Big J scared off 2 coyotes.
Yeah.
It was right there.
Was it by staring them down or what?
No, we saw them like creeping up his hillside right there to his driveway. And Jay just walked over there and started clapping his hands and they ran off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Coyotes are like prevalent around there though. Like
yeah,
all in that area.
Yeah, I heard them last night.
Yeah.
Oh.
That shit is crazy.
Doesn't it sound crazy, huh?
Yeah.
It sounds like they're all meeting together and like,
they're
I don't know,
talking shit.
discussing something intense.
Yeah.
It's a trip because I used to live in this other spot where there was a wash in the back, and the coyotes would always be in the wash, and there'd be like a pack of like 15 of them.
Oh, 15.
And they'd start fucking doing that crazy ass sound at night.
Uh-huh. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like there's so many. I've never seen that many together. Just that's what it sounds like.
You know, have you seen this? Like, you know how they say with AI is like developing, and it's to me soon be able to interpret what your animal's trying to say, right?
I heard that. I did hear that.
I kind of I don't know.
You don't want to know what your animal.
I kind of don't buy that because I'm like, what if this motherfucker's just doing shit? You know what I mean, or just interpreting it wrong? Like, how are you gonna know? Like, who the fuck? How are you gonna understand the cat language when there's no cat alphabet for you to go based off? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's like to tap into their mind and like sort of like project the thought to us to know what the dog is saying or thinking or something.
I feel like if you have a dog, you know what they're thinking already.
Yeah,
like I know exactly what my dog needs whenever she needs it. Like
they're pretty
the
simple.
body language, the fusses, the way they're walking, everything.
Yeah. They have their way of communicating, but it's body language, like you said.
The universal language.
You know, I would imagine that some people don't want to know what their fucking dogs are thinking to them. Like Aton, what is this dog thinking to him?
I wouldn't like, as much as I love my cats, I don't think I'd want it because cats are very independent and like, then you know what I mean. Then,
You'd be wanting love that day, and
then,
the
like,
cat's like, "Fuck off."
No, then the cat's like, "You're so annoying, bro." Like it's like, "Fuck, I don't want to hear that
needy.
from my cat." Yeah, like
Not again.
What if your cat told you were needy, dog?
They would.
I would be hurt, honestly, bro. I would be like, "Fuck, man, that's fucked up, bro." Fuck you, then.
Your dog would tell you, "You don't show me enough love," and your
Aw.
fucking cat would tell you, "You know what? You're fucking needy."
For sure.
If you knew what your fucking cat and dog were thinking, hey, come on, play with me. Come on, I'm right here. Come on, right here. Look at me.
But there's certain
That's the dog.
Yeah.
And the fucking cat is like already out the door, like, I ain't got time for your shit.
My cat is waiting outside the bedroom door. I get up, runs away, but waits for Ashley to get up, and it's like, Mom. It sounds like mom.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sounds like that mom.
Yeah.
And then it's saying all this other shit. Very talkative cat. You know, and then she gets up and then she starts doing all this crazy shit like, yo, the cat wants him to like pull the skin back and all
That's
this kind
the
of crazy
attention.
shit.
That's
Yeah.
her way of communicating to Ash that it's attention time.
Your cat doesn't check to see if you're dead in the morning. Like, when
You
you're
know,
asleep?
a little bit, check to see if I got some food in my pocket.
No, because it's natural. It's natural for them to like kind of like do that, bro. Like my cat has like one of my cats has a way of like doing that, like where it kind of knows the time when I wake up in the morning to go to the gym.
Yep.
And then if I sleep in, it'll hop out of this little spot and it'll be like, yo, this motherfucker didn't wake up at the time.
Oh,
Like let's go see what's up. But sometimes I like to mess with the cat. And I like to pretend I'm really like asleep the whole time, and like, yo, this shit will come up to your face and just start.
Oh,
like, yeah, like I'm like, all right, dude, stop. I'll wake up.
Oh my God, that's cute.
I'll tell you, my little ass dog, when he gets impatient, he's tired of waiting, he'll just paw at the door real quick. Give me two of them. Let me know.
Did you guys just get that cat?
A year ago.
Okay.
A year ago, 2 of them. Yeah, brother and sister.
Oh, there's 2.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, coffee and cream.
That's cool. Yeah, I saw Ashley posting them.
Yeah, they crazy. They're crazy.
And she was saying that the cat talks a lot.
Yeah, he's like talking. He says all kinds of stuff, different type of meows, like
Maybe it was a human in its past life. So.
acts like it. Acts like it.
Hey, if you believe in reincarnation, why couldn't a person come back?
What would you
as
rather
an
come back as though? Like if you had to choose for a domestic pet, like a cat or a dog.
Oh.
I'm gonna make it simple. Like I'm not even gonna be like, hey, don't say no turtle or some shit like that. You know, like just a cat or a dog.
I would pick a cat.
Yeah, I would
just
pick a
because they're
cat.
more independent.
Yeah.
I feel like dogs could really be neglected.
Yeah.
And you just need so much of your dog. But a cat, like, he'll be all right.
Yeah,
you
the
know?
cat.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd rather
Like,
not
even-
be so needy.
Even if you're
I'd be the alley cat, son, puffing
Yeah.
on a hootie mac. You know what I'm saying?
What would you be?
Yeah, I would choose a cat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, just because it's like I feel you have a better probability of surviving in the wild, even though like a dog has more like I guess like
Well, a dog needs
can attack, you know, but like a cat, if you're good on the offense, you can survive. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
a cat, you can climb trees.
Yeah.
You know, you can get on roofs. It's kind of hard for a predator unless you're
Yeah.
like at a place where
Only
where, like,
problem
birds
is
are going.
sometimes is cats can't get away from coyotes.
Yeah. 100%. But they're also like very residual too. That
Resilient.
I'm resilient. Like they'll like snip. They know where the coyotes are there, and they're like, "Hey, bro, you better be on the roof at this time." Like,
Yeah,
that's-
they'll try to get to
Yeah,
a place
like-
the coyotes can't get to for
but
sure.
you know, as is the animal kingdom, they'll slip every now.
How about you, Bobo? Dog or a cat, son?
I think it'd be cat.
Why?
Hopefully, a cat in Japan.
Man,
That's
you
the
know,
best thing.
because
Go for it.
a cat just like has its own thing going on. Like, you know, I want to chill here. This is where I want to chill. I want you to pet me, and I don't want you to pet me. You know what I mean? It's like very.
You need your
independent.
space.
Yeah, I need my space. Sometimes they go climbing up the tree, the cat tree, and they're like, "Leave me alone. I'm chilling." You know, and so I like that they have that independence. So that's what I would be. Meow. But what's happening?
No, he's behind you.
Yeah, he's been flying around.
But, man, does that mean it's starting to get hot again, bro?
That means someone's leaving the fucking doors open too
Nah,
long.
bro, these motherfuckers only show up when it's fucking hot, when it starts getting warm and
They
shit.
come
bro.
out.
Yeah, well, that's outside, but I'm saying usually we keep them out. But all it takes is someone to leave the door open too long.
Sorry, guys. I was the last one in. My bad.
No worries. No worries.
You left the door all open.
Yeah,
right
now I
there.
know the rule for next time I know.
But yeah, yeah. I mean, I think you'd rather be the cat. I mean, listen, dogs live like kings and queens, though. You know,
Depends on the owner.
depending on the owner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they get fed every day, they get taken out, or someone cleans up after them. You know, they get groomed and all that. Not every dog.
Yeah, sometimes they just leave them in the backyard.
Sometimes they leave them in the
forever.
backyard. Sometimes they're the stepchild.
Yeah, like if you had to be a dog, like if you had to choose to be a dog, you better hope you be like one of those señoras dogs who like they're probably either divorced or they live by themselves. And that dog is like everything to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or just someone who loves animals,
It's
not
usually
just
those
wants
little
them.
poodle ones. You know? Yeah.
You
Those
know,
little white poodle dogs.
Yeah.
All señoras have.
Hey, it's just like they say. Not everybody should have kids, and not everybody should own a pet. Cause
Kids is the most expensive pet, dude.
well, that's not a pet, dickhead.
Like, okay,
What is wrong with you? Your parents didn't look at you like a pet.
Like I mean, but
You're a human being. What I'm saying
That was funny.
is that if you're an abusive person with a bad fucking temper, chances are you shouldn't have a fucking pet. You might take that shit out on the pet. You might take it out on your kids. You know, but yeah, kids are not pets. C-Zone.
It's a metaphor.
It's not a metaphor. No,
It's a metaphor.
it's not a metaphor.
Can I use your lighter, Bobo?
Yes.
You know, because you have to, you have to take care of them. You know, like as you do a pet. They depend on you.
Yeah, but your pet isn't going to take care of you later on in life. Your kids might. But if you treat them like pets, they won't.
I suppose the baby can't protect the house with its barks. You know? so yeah, I get it, real.
Wow. Oh my God.
I gotta protect it.
Ezo does never disappoint. The crazy shit, son. Oh my God. Hey, thank you for inviting me on that new song you're working on. That shit is dope.
Oh my God, the song is so dope. Your verse goes crazy.
Thank you.
I'm excited.
You made it easy because your verse is
you.
dope too. So
Thank you.
just tried to lock in with that.
I'm really excited about it. I feel like it's like a festival song, you know?
Yeah.
That's all I was going for. The vibes is like hardcore and exciting. I feel like it sounds really fresh. It
Yeah.
doesn't sound like it doesn't really remind me of too many things. You know, it sounds like very new.
Yeah.
I like it.
And to me, that's the key. It's trying to sound like something nobody else is doing. Like it's just any type of music you make, right? You know, everybody should be carving out their own lane as opposed to like following a lane.
Yeah.
And you hear so much of that shit these days where it's like, most especially, well, I guess it's even with majors and with independents. They'll just find whatever is hitting right now and be like, hey, we need something like that.
Yeah. So you feel like more of that happens now than back in the day?
Absolutely.
Do you feel like it's because there's so many more people, or do you think that the culture has just shifted in that way?
So many more people. I think it's a combination of things. So many more people without direction at that. So it's like, hey, do what they did, right? And then, it's some people not necessarily taking it as serious as the artists before them. You know what I mean? Like taking the
What do
craft
you mean
serious.
by that?
Like taking the craft serious. Like, there's artists out there that barely know their songs.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And can't
Yeah.
don't necessarily know how to represent their songs or perform them or talk about them and shit like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And you have a lot of that. But that's what today is. But there are artists out there that do take it serious and they're like out there working on their craft. They're like, performing the songs. If they're not rehearsing them, they're creating new songs all the time. They're in the studio. And then, most importantly, knowing how to perform the songs in front of a crowd.
Sometimes there's a lot of shit. I think a lot of people don't really record it because they're probably not doing it for the aspect. I guess they don't memorize it. They don't do it for the aspect of like the passion of music.
No, it's just something to do.
It's
something
to do, or like they're looking at it strictly for the money, or it's a business move.
Or it's
and I
just-
think when it's like that, you don't really you're transparent. And you become like, not industry plant-ish, where people can kind of see you're like, hey, bro, why are you not even trying to rap? Like, because, the whole shit of, the whole thing, this this whole genre is based on is like having the passion and having a message behind it. The motherfuckers that started it, they knew all the lyrics because they was passionate about whatever the fuck they was rapping about. And then now everybody out here is just a money grab. They're just like, look, I'll just wear a few chains. I'll fucking do this. And people are falling for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about it a while back that people are like more accepting of mediocrity than they used to be, like holding people like holding an artist to a higher standard.
It's easier to eat fucking, crap than to eat clean,
Yeah.
So it's just like you put a, you market it and,
Now that's a good analogy. That's not a metaphor. That's a good analogy right there, E-Zone.
That's good.
So analogy versus metaphor. Metaphor is just using like or as, right? Or what's the difference?
Like,
or is that a simile?
The analogy is almost like comparing it in like and
a metaphor is more like story symbolic kind of vibes, or
yeah, it's like, how can I explain it?
Isn't it like a hidden meaning in a way? Like you're saying one thing but kind of meaning another. Could it be something like that, or am I off?
A metaphor is a figure of speech that directly equates one thing to another, and an analogy is a comparison between two things to highlight similarities and explain an idea.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which is, he had an analogy that that worked. He didn't rock a metaphor.
Thanks, Dad.
That's like
that look was like, not here, Dad. Come on.
Hey, wait! I told him he did well. What the fuck? Come on.
You're embarrassing.
I was
me,
giving
Dad.
him props with that. The analogy was money.
Thanks.
Well done. That's well fucking done.
Yeah.
See, son.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's so interesting seeing how many people are rapping nowadays, and a lot of people, like you said, they're just doing it for the money. And like, not that there's anything wrong with just doing something for money, but it just brings out such different sides of people, and it affects the art so much, you know? It's just very different.
I mean, look, so artists are trying to do what they love and make a living off of it. That's one thing. But, to make a living off of it, you got to take it serious enough to it be the thing as opposed to one of the many things. And let's just say this is like secondary. Like, I get money doing this over here, and I can also do this, but this is kind of just whatever to me. And I'm focused in over here because this maybe pays me more or whatever. And you have a lot of that fuck shit. And so when you have that, you got a lot of mediocre shit out there because you got people that aren't taking it serious because this is just like a side gig for them, if you will.
Yeah.
They're not taking it as like, I'm gonna be the next, or I'm gonna be the one and only. And push forward. It's almost just like, I could do this. Yeah, this whatever. I'll get a little side bag from this.
Yeah, that makes sense. I can relate in my own way, like, because I obviously have other things besides my music. The music is the main thing, but the other things, it is kind of like that. Like, it's kind of like, let me see if I could do this, and then like I'm not really dedicating as much time or effort as I want to be, and so it's never gonna be like as good as the music is, because the music is like where all the focus goes.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
And that's what it is, Sometimes people spread themselves too thin, and some people, like don't realize maybe the talent they might have in this shit, but they're getting more attention doing the fuck shit over here that has no relation to the music. And I mean, you see that in a lot of rappers today. Like, they're out there, on their IG doing crazy shit rather than in the studio making songs.
Yeah.
And relying off of that.
Yeah, for sure.
And I don't think that some of the artists, they take the live shows seriously. Because
that part.
I mean, for me, I like when you hear somebody on their song and they're killing it, and then you see them live and they kill it even more because their presence or how their production is, even if it's just at a club, at a little spot. But some of them don't even take it seriously to learn their lyrics, know how to perform, know how to get to the people, and it just takes away the experience,
Yeah, for sure.
Their longevity gets cut, I think, because sometimes you can go on tour and not have a new album for a long time, but still hit the road because people know you give a dope show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
I mean, the Grateful Dead were the proof of that. I mean, they went on doing shows for years without doing any new records.
Yeah.
And it's about the vibe you create and how much you put into that. So, like anybody that went to a Grateful Dead show that was into the Grateful Dead, they were blown away every fucking time they went to one of those shows. So they kept coming back, record or not. And I mean, you're seeing that with hip hop too. There's a lot of golden era artists that haven't put out new records in I don't know how long, but if they go do a show, people show up for them.
Yeah.
Because they know they're going to get a show. They're going to perform those songs on the highest of levels, and people are going to walk out like enthused and excited and good vibes and talking about that shit. Whereas these days, I mean, you don't hear that much when you see some of these artists that are doing shit right now that are not necessarily taking it as serious. Like motherfuckers will walk out of there like, man, I ain't spending no more money on this motherfucker. I ain't gonna pay another ticket, pay another, several $100s to see this motherfucker play when he don't even know the songs.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of people rapping over their vocals on stage, which is bad enough, but then they don't even know the lyrics as they're rapping. I'm like, wait a minute. At least have your lyrics memorized. If you're going to be rapping over your vocals, they're like, what?
They got to lean on it. Yeah, that shit is crazy.
Yeah, and then they have like a million people on the stage and half of them are on their cell phones, and it's just so awkward.
Like for you.
I don't like that.
For you, like, how do you prepare for a tour? Right? How do you prepare your show?
For sure, I would say the main thing I start with is getting really in shape. And I already work out a lot. I like to stay physically fit. It's more so for my mental health, to be honest with you, that I work out a lot. But when I know I have a tour coming, it starts to be for the tour. Yeah. Because I'm on stage by myself. I don't have a hype man. I'll have a DJ, but I'm by myself, and so it's a lot. I have to be able to do like an hour of cardio basically on the stage by myself, And I move a lot on stage. I'm bouncing up and down, I'm jumping, I'm moving my hands, my body, and also I rap really fast sometimes, and my music is like full of a lot of words, I don't leave a lot of space. Yeah. I'm trying to learn how to do that right now actually. But anyways, point being, I have to really be in good shape so I don't run out of breath, you know?
Yeah.
Because I want to be on point, and I'm touring the world. I'm getting paid to do these shows. Like, I want to give my fans a good experience, and I got to make sure I'm on point for that, But I would say also I like to put out a set list that takes people like on a roller coaster. Like, I usually start hard and then go hard for a little bit, and then maybe start doing some more like introspective songs, or maybe something a little more experimental, then bring it back up and then bring it down, but end with the bang. And it's cool because if you have an hour to play with on the stage, as you know, you could take the people through a ride up and down, and down, and I really enjoy doing that. But I like to always incorporate some of my new songs and the old songs, because I know a lot of people are just coming for the old shit and they don't want to hear the new shit because the old shit was better. So I always got to give them what they want, and then also be like, hey, you guys just need to hear this song live. Now you're going to like this new song that I just dropped, So that's kind of how I prepare.
That's the crazy shit about fans, though. Like, they don't want to hear the new shit until it's like 5 or 6 years old, and then they start complaining, like, why don't you ever play that shit from this album? It's like, fuck.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, because I've noticed that, like people are like, how come you never play nothing off of this album or that album? It's like, well, fuck, we tried. You guys weren't like.
Right.
And that's why you got to be the artist and say, you know what, I'm going to steer this bus. If you're on it, you're in for the ride. And if you don't like it, that's too bad. But this is the ride, and take the chance on taking them on the ride. Like for us, when we do new shit, we'll like sprinkle our set with new shit, because we know, just like you said, and this is for any artist, they always like the early shit more than anything. That's what they're there to see the most. They'll take the other stuff, but they want to hear the goods. And as long as you sprinkle the new shit here and there, they don't mind that so much. It's like if you do what some artists do, where they're like, I don't give a fuck what the fan thinks. I'm not going to play any of this shit. I'm playing this new shit, and that's what it is. And you might have some motherfuckers that stay there half the show waiting for a song they know, and then others might walk out because it's like, okay, I get you tried to win me over, but I was here for some of them classics. I'm the fuck out. Right, Bobo?
Exactly.
You've seen this.
Yo, I was going to say, I saw a rapper. I'm not going to say who it was, but they came out on stage and did their hits first. 3 bangers.
Ow.
And then in the middle was all the new shit. This is from my new album. And this is from last year's album, and nobody heard. He had to do the hits again at the end.
Yeah.
The same ones? The same hits?
Yeah,
Or
to bring it
different?
back. To bring it back. He had to do the same songs he started off with. The people that know what the songs were.
Damn.
And then had to do it again at the end because he lost them in the middle.
Wow.
Yeah. You got to take them on the journey, like Rev said. You know, craft your set where it's like you're sprinkling this shit, but the bits got to be, you know, stretched so that you don't burn them so quickly.
Yeah. You know how you said people like the old shit the most? I think people do like the old shit, but it's also about when they found you.
Right.
Because
That
before
too,
I used to think people just liked always the old music, but now I realize I'm like, oh, your favorite album of mine is when you first started listening to me. And that will always be the best one. And it's not because it's the best album I've made, but it's because that reminds you of an era in your life. So it's a nostalgic thing for them.
Exactly.
So I'm like, oh, yeah, right. When I realized that, I was like, it just helped me understand so much more.
Yeah.
And it helped me not get so upset either when people are like, oh, that's my favorite album is that album. Like,
Then,
now I know. I'm like, it's just because you found me then.
when you're a fan and then you become a real true fan of the group and then you go through the catalog, then you can see, you know what, this album is my favorite album, but it's always because of a reason. It took them somewhere else. Then you have the album that they first heard you. That's like they're always their go-to, you know. And then you know they move with you. But it is right. It's when they find you.
You know what the other thing is that you know those people that find you, let's just say in the middle of your run, they didn't even catch the first album. They got the third or fourth or whatever. They'll go back. And check out those first ones that they missed. You know what I mean? It's much like with Ozzy, the way some of us got put on the Ozzy Osbourne, right? We were too young to like have been exposed to Black Sabbath early on, but some of us were just old enough to like fucking get his solo albums when they came out. And that was our introduction to him. And then, you know, in getting to know Ozzy, we start learning about Black Sabbath and go and listen to that shit. And we're like blown the fuck away by that. And I believe it's the same thing for any artist, you know, whether you're in a group doing this shit for many years and you got like a gang of albums, they find you in different places. Not all of your fans find you on album one. This is a fact.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's a great thing to me, though, because it's like you said, you know, it's the time in their life where they caught you. That's going to be their favorite and most impactful shit. And like if you play to it, it's a beautiful thing because, you know, it's like a person getting to hear the shit they grew up off of or that they got through some things with or helped them grow in some sort of way. You got to appreciate when a fan comes along no matter when it happened, first or last album. Shit, I remember when we were putting out fucking what was it? Till Death Do Us Part. Right? There was motherfuckers just getting put on to us right then and there. Didn't know anything about our first album. Some fans, our day ones, they knew, obviously. And our day twos knew too. And our day threes. But I'm saying these new day motherfuckers, that was the album they got onto, and then they start learning about all the other shit.
Yeah, you get into a band and you're gonna go through their little history, you know, and then I did that with Pink Floyd, you know, go back and then like, oh man, this early shit is kind of weird, but it's cool. But this is my shit over here. But you know what I mean? It's a process. It's a journey, you know, and that's what's dope. Like that you can get. Be a fan of an artist that will take you through a lifelong journey if their career goes that route, you know. There's, artists that have like 30 some odd albums and people are rocking with them still.
Like Stevie Nicks.
Exactly.
Oh, E-Zone's favorite over here.
Yep.
I mean, her new albums might not be your favorite, but you will check them out because...
Yeah, they're a little bit too Madonna-ish for me.
Yeah. But at least you give it a shot. You try because you're a
I'll
fan.
still give it a listen. Like there's probably like any artist, if you like he said, if you become a fan of like their, I guess a certain time in their discography, like that's what you're always gonna remember them by.
Yeah.
So you're always gonna try to hope that the next album is another emulation of what that album is, but then that wouldn't show growth as an artist. So it's like you have to, they have to grow on you as they keep progressing. Like there's a lot of
Or
bands
grow-
where I
grow
wasn't
with.
happy.
Probably grow with, right?
Yeah, I wasn't like there's a lot of bands that I wasn't happy with the way they were just going with it, but I'm just like, hey, they're just evolving and they're getting gigs. Like Weezer, one of my favorite bands. I'm like, oh, nothing's ever gonna sound to me like the Blue Album. But you know, then they came the day when they did a song with Lil Wayne, and I was like, what the fuck is this band doing? You know, but I get it. You know, they were getting bigger. They had to fulfill different shoes and all this shit, but all that shit eventually grew on me as well too, because I'm like, well, it's still the same band and they're still jamming out. So
that is the thing.
Yeah.
You know, music will grow on motherfuckers, because I could tell you, like, when we put out Skull and Bones, right? It's two sides. It's a hip hop album and it's a fusion album with metal and fucking rock with hip hop, whatever, right? And our purist fans, our hip hop fans that were straight up purists, they were like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like, why? We could have
my
fucking did
God.
this with, you could have did this album without this shit. And, you know, then there were our alternative fans that loved both sides. They weren't hating on the hip hop side because they loved hip hop, and they were appreciating this fusion of us doing this alternative style music, which they already listened to.
Yeah.
What's crazy about it is that those fans that came in open, that they loved hip hop and they were alternative fans, they fucked with it from day one to now. And those purist hip hop fans, that you know it to be true, you fuckers, because I know you're out there, they end up liking the songs later.
They
After
do.
living with them and realizing that Muggs did some fucking brilliant work on both sides of that album, you know, now they feel it. And it was crazy because, you know, we were taking a gamble, putting out, you know, a two-sided album and focusing on some rock shit. And fortunately, it worked out for us. God damn it. But yeah, some of them fans, it was hard to swallow for a second. They were like, why? We want all hip hop. Well, like, we gave you 12 songs of hip hop. Did you need 22?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes I like when people find me later because they don't have this idea of what they want me to be. And then my stuff is more, you know.
They
the more
find you in your
music
vibe.
yeah, but also the more music you make, the more polished you get, right?
Yeah.
The better everything sounds, right? And you know that because you listen to music and you've seen your stuff develop. But the people that found you back then, they're stuck on this sound. They're like, no, it was better back then. They're like, there's no way I was better back then. It's just that it reminds you of then. But it's harder for them to appreciate the new stuff than I think for the newer fans to appreciate the older stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I think that the newer fans, they can see the journey, the progress.
Yes.
But the younger fans, they just can't really appreciate it.
You can't get past it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's true. You know, that's a great point. So some folks, you know, that when they don't get it, they're just going, you know, talk whatever shit. And the other ones that are going to support, and then eventually you might get it, or you don't.
Yeah.
But you know, I think true fans always get it in the end, even if it wasn't something that they wanted to be served in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Until it was like much like this orchestra shit. There was some skeptics, like, could they pull this bullshit off? I mean, you know, like, they're hip hop. What are they doing over there?
Wow.
But the thing is, hip hop is made from everything. So like, it's like I said in the piece, you know, it's made from everything. So why could we reverse engineer it? You know, and it could be anybody that's doing music, I think, can snap into any style of music. If they're a true artist, it doesn't matter what style they start in. You can always open your mind and do some different shit. And you know,
yeah, I'm sure we definitely have our purist fans that say, you know, like, the orchestra is you know, it's nice.
That's not hip hop.
But that's not that hip hop shit. We want that old gangster shit. We want to, okay, you know. So then we give him that. We like to do different things. Why not? Why just say, okay, we just got to do this and keep it in that box?
Yeah.
You know, we've been doing this for years. We've done hip hop for years. You know, not saying that we're gonna stop.
Yeah.
But why can't we put our flavor into something like that classical shit and make that shit bump?
I think it's a catch-22 sometimes, because you have fans that want you to keep doing this particular style, right? But then you keep doing. Let's just say you fed into that and you kept doing that style. Be like, man, all your shit sounds the same, man. Why don't you change some shit up? It's redundant. So it's like you can't. Like as an artist, I think your best bet is to just keep evolving and keep getting better. Like you said, the more you do it, the more polished you get.
You know what I think also adds a factor to it? I think is now because I think before the fans didn't have that accessibility to let the artists know or their opinions.
Right.
So the artists were making music regardless of. I'm sure there was people that didn't like them, and I'm sure there's people that loved them, but they didn't have no idea of what those people's opinions were.
Yeah.
And I think now we have access to all that stuff, and it doesn't let people focus on the actual art and feel and maybe like
you get
make
caught up,
make
right?
whatever they do as a art come out from its true form without them having to worry, but what if I offend this group, or what if I offend this, or like, is this politically correct, or like, is this, like there's so many factors that you have to take into accountability now as compared to before. Like
it's pressure.
Some of the artists that were around were just making music just to make it, and regardless of what people were saying, they didn't have no accessibility to them.
Yeah, for sure. Even myself, I find myself sometimes struggling with finding that middle ground between what I want to do and what my fans want me to do, because sometimes if I go all the way to just do what the fans want to do, then I'm not really happy with what I'm doing,
Yeah.
But then if I go all the way what I want to do, and then I'm like, okay, maybe I went too far this way. So I always try to find like a sweet spot in the middle. I think that's where it's the best, like where they're going to love it and I'm going to love it. And we meet in the middle.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I try to focus on.
And that's every artist's struggle is to find that middle. Because you're right. When you go too far left on your idea, they're like, I don't know about that. But some will rock with you. You know what I mean? Some will rock with you. But does it hit with everybody? I mean, that's the chance you take as an artist in putting out any sort of art. But we love it so much that we'll take that chance.
Yeah. If you're super creative, you're just going to keep going and going and going. There's really no limits.
No.
It's kind of like people always ask me if I get writer's block, and I never get writer's block. I'm like, I don't struggle with inspiration. Like I just step outside and I see somebody on the corner and I just make up a story in my head about them. Like I'm never running short with the creativity. What about you guys? Do you guys feel like you get blocks?
I've only ever gotten blocked once.
Oh wow, yeah, you see.
And after that block, I told myself, I made sure I said it to myself 1,000 times or more. I will never be blocked again. Just so that I could, not have that struggle. Because I've heard a lot of artists say, "Oh man, I had blocks, I couldn't," and I'm like, "Fuck, man, that's an internal subconscious thing that you've planted a seed on yourself." And I think the only way is to talk yourself out of that. Like the way you say, I never get blocks. That's the shit you should say. Like I ain't never get no blocks. I'm gonna constantly be able to be creative. And even if like you're in a session that it's like it's taking some time to come to you, it'll come though, because you already have this implanted in your head. It's embedded that like I'm gonna be creative on any level, wherever, however, whenever, right? And I had to put that in my head because the block that I had was pretty significant. And it was only the one song. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I had.
Oh wow, I thought it was like a period of time.
No,
one song. Okay.
No, it was one fucking song. Like I've been able to be creative on things that I love. On things that I don't like, I'll just say I can't fuck with it. I'm not feeling this or something. You know what I mean? I won't necessarily force myself to do something I don't want to do. Because the thing is and every artist should know this. Like when you force yourself to do something that you don't want to do in terms of on a creative level, the song lives forever.
Oh, I know.
The song lives forever. So as much as you didn't want to do it and then you made yourself do it because you didn't want to hurt somebody's feelings or whatever the fuck, or it was the bag, whenever you hear it, you're going to get that feeling like, fuck, I shouldn't have did this one. Or why did I do that one? You know what I mean?
And I know what you mean. I felt like that about a couple sinking songs that I did.
Yeah.
I'm like, it was a cool opportunity and like it's cool, it was on a show and stuff, but I'm like, oh, I hate that song. And also I didn't even write a lot of it. Like it just like felt like wrong,
Yeah, that's why I'm very
what it is.
That's why I'm very particular on what I get on. I have to hear it and I have to like it. before I say yes or no to it. But in terms of the block, yes, I had to plant that seed in myself saying, I'm never going to get blocked again. Never.
Can I ask you what caused the block? It was just
I
because you
don't
didn't
know.
like that song?
No,
or
I
you were
love
thinking about?
that was the funny thing is that I love the fucking song. The
Okay.
beat was awesome. It was Jump Around. It was the House of Pain
wow. Yeah.
Jump Around song. I had it before House of Pain had it.
Yeah, that's right.
And I like for the life of me could not come up with anything that I liked that I would show to Muggs because Muggs is very particular as well. If you had the goods, he'll be like, all right, I can fuck with that. And if you didn't have the goods, he would just simply tell you, it's all right,
Yeah, that's
but it's
good.
not that shit.
Yeah. But it's good to have people that could say things like that though, right? Because a lot of people would just let you go and that I like when people say like, "Oh, I like it, but I think you could do this part better, or maybe you should rewrite that part, or maybe it's one too many words." I'm like, sometimes I'll do it, sometimes I won't, but I like just having that option, having like the second honest ears,
Oh, he was very honest. He would be like
very honest.
He'd be like, "You want me to tell you the truth, or do you want me to lie to you?"
Have you ever heard it from your friends though, like where you don't? I mean, you hear an opinion, but where they say, "Hey, man, like that shit sucks." Not necessarily like in music or like that's just like a bad decision and it's like a conflict of interest. Because sometimes you're like, "Hey, I'd rather have people tell me the truth," but then when motherfuckers tell you the truth, that shit hits a little different.
Yeah, for sure. People have told me that they didn't like things I did or something I said or that I could have done this better or that better. Or I didn't like the beat or I didn't like. And honestly, I feel like I really appreciate when people can do that with me because I think a lot of constructive criticism can lead to just changes and progress, And a lot of times I won't agree with what they say, but even just me listening to that, I'm like, okay, well, even if I don't agree with it in that specific instance, it might make me think of the next song different, because people point out things to me that I don't even think about. I'm like, oh, I never thought about that little sound at the end of when I say that word that I always say. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll say it different next time,
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool getting ideas from other people. I try not to take it personal, but obviously sometimes I'll get annoyed because if they keep pushing it, I'm like, okay, you told me already like 3 times you don't like that part of my song. Like, I get it. I got it the first 2 times.
Every post they commented.
When I was working,
damn, okay.
When I was working on my prescription album, I had a couple of homies come listen to the record, and one of them like went off because I did newer style shit. You know what I mean? I didn't do the traditional hip hop album that people would probably think I would normally do. But as Bobo and I stated earlier, we've done like so many years of fucking hip hop, of traditional, that why not do something different? So on my prescription album, I tried something different. I brought in one of the homies, and I'm not gonna put him out there, but he came in, he was listening. What the fuck is this? What would so and so say about this? And he was talking about another one of our OGs, like, if he heard it, what would he say about this? And I'm like, well, so and so didn't sign me to his label, so I don't care what so and so would think. This is what I'm doing right here.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. And then when that homie's next album came out, he had songs in the same style.
Oh my God.
He was like killing me for the style that I was using on that, and then he came out with something that was not similar but in that lane. And I'm like, see, because I think at some points, right, the golden era rappers, we look at some of this trap type shit and we're like looking at it, looking down on it, like, man, this ain't, and then rapping in that style too. Some of us look at it like, oh, what the fuck is this, right? But it's a skill set that we helped create, so we can go back in and snap in and do it and shit like that if we want to. If it's like a vibe you're feeling, and to me, I was feeling that vibe because I like some of the trap shit. I didn't like all of it, but I like some of it and some of the styles that came from it. Like, you know what I mean? So I was like, well,
like,
fuck
who
it.
do you listen to that's trap? I'm so curious.
Oh, well, this was fucking years back. I haven't really listened to any trap shit these days, but it was more along the lines of all the newer shit that was at the time. Like, fuck, who can I reference? Like
Future? Do you like Future?
Yeah, yeah. I was listening to some Future, like ASAP Ferg, before he was doing more traditional hip hop shit. And guys like that. What was homie? Fuck.
Travis Scott?
Nah, not Travis Scott. Fuck. I can't think of him right now, but in that time. But I was listening to a lot of it.
Okay.
And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do a couple songs in this form. And that's when I know that homie flipped out, and a couple of our fans were like Cypress Hill fans that get behind the things that we all individually do, right? Like Bobo gets an album, he does albums outside of Cypress Hill. They go activate and fuck with that. Send Dog goes and does his thing. They activate. Muggs the same, and my thing. And some of those traditionalist fans were like, why?
Yeah.
And my question to them is, like, why not? And then eventually, with time, the songs grew on them, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I fuck with this." Like I didn't fuck with it in the beginning, but like now that I hear it after this time, I fuck with that.
Yeah.
But it's crazy how at least you got homies that'll be honest with you instead of just be yes men and tell you some shit. But sometimes if you feel strongly about the art you're doing, you have to argue for it. If you're not sure and they're giving you an opinion and that should be an indicator. But if others are saying, hey, this shit is dope, and one person is just sort of not understanding it, you got to find the middle ground. Like,
and I feel like it's really important to always really know what you're trying to do when you're making a song or an album, because people are always going to have opinions, but only you are seeing your music and your path the way you're seeing it, and it's yours. Everyone else can think that they're looking at what you're doing and that they know what's going on with you, but at the end of the day, because it's your vision and it's your path. So if you think something might work, but other people, even nobody, can see it, I think if you feel super strongly about it, you should still go down that path, because a lot of times, I mean, at least for me, every time, low-key, it works out, and I'm like, oh, thank God I didn't listen to those people that told me not to do it. Thank God, my vision is my vision, and we're like, we could see in the future, you know?
I'll tell you what, in when I did that album, when I did that album, it opened it up for me to work with some of these younger generation rappers that heard I was doing this style and realizing that I was open to it, as opposed to hating on it like a lot of people from my generation in hip hop, where we were looking down on it and stuff like that. They knew that I was not, and that I was actually open to it, that I would spin it, and that I would actually create some shit in that lane. So I would get calls for motherfuckers that asked me to feature on a song. And so I look at that chance I took, and it opened up, my shit to a younger audience and some of these cats. And, that shit, I don't regret it. I'll bang that shit out right.
Hell yeah. Honestly, I really love that you guys are always doing different things and just keeping people on their toes. I feel like it's way better like that. Like, people don't want to know what's coming all the time. People get bored like that. Like, it's just like in a movie. Like, what's your favorite movies? Like, movies that's like, in the end, you're like, oh my God, I wasn't expecting that. I can't believe it. It's the same. Like, we're in the entertainment industry. People want to be entertained. They don't want to be able to see. They don't want to be able to predict what's coming.
Yeah. If we're still in this game, we're in the creative business. I mean, the things that help you to last is how creative and how you're able to evolve and everything. That's how the difference between people that have 30+ year careers as opposed to 5-year careers. Some of them, they don't know how to evolve musically, professionally, fashion wise, or whatever the case, and do it without following a trend. You always have to be your own leader, and not everybody is their own leader. There's leaders that need to be led. There's a difference.
True that.
Yeah.
And that's what I love and respect about you, Rev, is that like you're not afraid to like travel in those different spaces and try something new and take people on that ride. Because most people will figure out a formula and then just stick with that until they need to change it up.
Yeah, and a lot of times when they wait that long, it's too late.
It's too late.
It's too late. It's crazy. And it's even not even just about the music. It's also the other things you mentioned, like with the fashion or like with social media or like even with like electronic equipment and the technology that we're using to record and to put things out. Like I see a lot of artists like, oh, I'm not gonna do that AI.
Oh, yeah.
That's stupid. I'm not gonna do a reverb on my vocals. I'm not gonna, and then it's like they stay so far back that they can't catch up anymore. They get stuck in their ways, and it's like that's cool, but your music has less chances of transcending to the next generation if you're not gonna keep up with what's happening.
Right.
Because a lot of kids, they don't care about old stuff. They don't. Sometimes they say, oh, that's old. That's stupid. They don't want to know about it at all. But if we're able to repackage ourselves time and time again and appeal to everybody, like the music's gonna live forever longer. Forever.
Both.
Forever
longer.
Forever longer.
Hey, that's a store right there. Forever longer. You know what I'm saying?
Like after you can't fit into none of the stuff at Forever 21, forever
exactly.
longer.
Forever longer.
Forever longer.
R.I.P. They closed down. You know
Yeah,
that?
They did.
Oh
that was the first place I ever got a job at.
Oh my God, the first one was at Highland Park.
That's right. It was called Fashion 21.
Fashion 21.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what it was called before?
I used to still close there. Oh my God, when I was a kid. Yeah.
Yeah. So the original
Fashion
one,
21.
the first one was there in Highland Park, and even though it was Fashion Forever 21, they never changed the sign.
Yeah.
They kept
you're
it
right.
Fashion.
It was
21.
in red.
Yes.
I guess
Right.
it didn't last forever.
No.
I
Damn.
thought I got that fucker. He's still flying around here.
Yeah.
I gotta get him. Yeah, that's crazy because they've been around for so fucking long.
Mm-hmm.
It was a couple from somewhere, right? That started the brand.
I bet they were Korean.
Something, yeah.
Like that. Something like
Just
that.
like
They be getting it in.
Putting that
like
work
Ian
in.
and all them companies like that. They monopolize that industry, and god damn, it's hard for anybody to even come close once they get that big.
Hell yeah. And with the fast fashion, the Shein stuff, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, I buy Shein. But because it's so cheap and it's expensive for our jobs. We always have to get new clothes and look fresh. I'm like, damn, I'm going to Shein.
Yeah, not everybody is spending that crazy ass money for those fabrics that they're using in their shit. I mean,
Hell
that would be crazy.
I'm not.
I'd be reporting fucking Temu, Shein, and they would always be spending mad like. I reported all the ads. I'm not interested for clothing. Then they're like, Temu makes furniture. Reported all the furniture.
Temu got
like,
everything.
Temu pets.
They
Every single department try to get at me like through Instagram, and I was just like, dude,
listen,
I don't want to buy from Temu.
Listen, Temu is the broker, right? He's the Temu is in between. They outsource everything.
That's what their website looks like.
And-
It's not, the aesthetic is just like everywhere.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Right.
Is that they will outsource anything you get from them because realistically they don't make it. They're just like an outsourced company, like the middleman to go get it for you. You know what I mean?
Like Amazon.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
just not as thorough.
It
I
just
guess
takes a little longer to get
takes a little bit
stuff
longer
from
Okay.
Temu.
Yeah.
How long does it take? Like 2 weeks?
Like weeks.
Like,
Oh, weeks? Like more than 2 weeks?
Like, yeah, depending on how much stuff you get, I've seen people, because I look at the YouTube videos and I'm just like, let's see what it is. I do my research. I'm like, is it even worth it? And then I'm like, nope, not fucking with it. So yeah, I see people that they'll be like, yeah, I ordered this bed, I ordered this, and I'm just like, damn, you got this bed for $60, and then yeah, bro,
and then when it comes, you realize why it was $60.
Some of them be like, some of these videos, I'm just like, they probably sent you the good one. I was just like, this just makes no sense. But either way, I'm not trying to contribute to that company or stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm not going Temu.
I do have a Temu item.
I knew you figured. I figured you would.
I did.
What is it? What is it? I have to
Okay,
know.
I got to bust it out one time.
That's
It's
where
like,
you get your B movies from?
no, Temu.
Did you buy your cat something off of Temu?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
No, I
thought
didn't.
That's what you were coming with. Cheap.
No, not at all.
That's lame.
So what I did, I got some lights, and then they suckered me into saying, okay, you can get like 3 more free things.
Uh-oh.
So I got some like outdoor like food nets, like if you have food.
Right.
So those work, but even though 2 of them came back to me broken. Okay, out of 4, 2 of them were broken.
Temu, what the fuck?
And then there's this dispenser, like you could put like 4 drinks in one thing and it kind of spins and it has spigots on all 4, so you can have like 4 different drinks.
Bottles.
Yeah, and it's this plastic thing. I haven't used it yet, but it's
love
plastic.
the gadgets, don't you?
Yeah.
Don't you?
Yeah. Sendonki, he's nicknamed me Gadget Man.
You are the gadget man.
Yeah.
You know what,
I like
though?
it.
Swear to God, B.
Like sometimes you just have to. I do like the aspect of it where if you're like a person who likes, good quality stuff, and then that's not necessarily you're gonna have to spend the most for it, but you see like this throwaway outfit sometimes, because sometimes that's really when you buy something like off of Shein, sometimes that shirt's only gonna be good for like maybe 2 washes.
I agree. Yeah.
Like the material is not, is not the best. So it's like throwaway.
It's fuzzy. Right
You cannot listen. Shit like that, you can't throw it in the dryer ever. You gotta fucking wash it cold, hang dry it, and hope for the best.
It just makes you appreciate, or makes you seek out the people who actually put high quality fabrics. Or you value stuff like that more, because I really have to. I really like that kind of when it's like really nice fabric and they really put a lot of thought into it, like the embroidery's done right.
Listen, when it's expensive, you can't treat it like a fucking t-shirt.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
But even if it is just an expensive t-shirt, there's a big difference.
Yeah, there is a big difference. No doubt about that. Real quick, today is National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day. Hope you enjoy your peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I can do that.
With or without crust, Bobo?
I do it with the crust.
How about you, Rev?
I'm actually allergic to gluten, so I can't have
you can't have
that. But if I wasn't, because I didn't used to be, I would say if it was white bread with the crust, but if it's wheat bread without the crust.
Okay. When did that happen for you? When did the change happen?
You know what? I believe it started in my mid-20s, but then I didn't really realize that was what was going on to my body until I was like 29.
Did you do like blood work to find out, or how did it happen?
You know what? I was experimenting with the keto diet, and I noticed that every time I was on the keto diet, I wouldn't get the pain, the inflammation on my joints. And then when I would go off of it, I started getting that pain again. So basically, I realized that's what it was, and I stopped eating it. And the pain, it went away, and I don't get it anymore.
There you go, people.
And when I get it, when I eat it now, I'll get sick. Yeah.
All right.
So I just don't eat it. For me, it's not worth it. Like people, I'll be walking around with like lactate pills in their purse.
Oh yeah,
I'm like, I'd rather just not eat it. To me, it's not worth it.
I'd
It's
rather
like,
not have it. I'd rather not sacrifice to do that. Listen, people, get your blood work done and find out these things to treat your temple proper.
Or just start eating right, bro.
Yeah,
because the doctors of tomorrow are using ChatGPT to pass their classes.
True that. That part. So it's National, what is it? D-Day? Die Day? D-Day?
DIY.
DIY. Oh, do it yourself day. Okay.
DIY.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I didn't. Hey,
you said die day.
They didn't put fucking dots on this like an acronym should. I'm like,
Yeah, it looks like
it's like deal.
Like die.
Dude,
you had so many questions right there.
I had so many, but now it all makes sense. National Do It Your Fucking Self Day. It should be a FY. Do it your fucking self.
That's how it feels doing it my fucking self.
Yeah, it's not like do it yourself. That's way too less aggressive than what it is. It's do it your fucking self.
I know it sounds all easy, like DIY.
Yeah, no. TIFY. All right. It's also National Ferret Day. I don't have one. I don't want one. If you got one, salute to you.
Ferret.
Actually, just got one sent in by Luis in the insane asylum. He actually sent this in.
I think Everlast used to have a ferret or something like that.
Man, that's the way that looks. It looks like it's part of the beard. Like you got the end of the beard that's like and like a ferret. That's kind of crazy.
It's cute, but I mean, I don't know if I would have one.
Ferrets are cool.
You don't want a ferret?
Do they bite?
I don't know.
Probably.
I've never had one to like have been bitten or not.
I mean, I'm sure it's just like any other animal you could have in your house. It's nice for the most part, but he'll attack you if you're fucking up.
Yeah, if you're fucking up.
Or someone else, if someone comes over and they're acting wild, or they go to grab him and they don't know him.
Yeah.
I have a Chihuahua. Everybody just thinks they could just grab her, and she, she gets mad. They're like, "Your dog's so mean." I'm like, "You don't even know her. You're just trying to pick her up." Like, I don't like when people do that to me either.
Yeah, Chihuahuas are like that too.
They are.
They are standoffish. Don't touch them if you don't know them. I'll be cool with you. I won't bite you, but if you pick me up, motherfucker, I'm biting the shit out of you.
I love when their little teeth come out. They just look so funny.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
No fear.
No fear. Hey guys, did you know it is the birthday of the legendary, rest in peace, Marvin Gaye? Born on this day in 1939. We talked about him yesterday.
Yeah.
Thoroughly.
He's an Aries. That's right.
Yep.
His house he died in was pretty cool.
Yeah, we were talking about the crib.
Not too far. premiere.
Yes. Did you know it is also the birthday of legendary hip hop producer Prince Paul, born on this day, 1967.
Damn.
Blessings on blessings.
He is the man.
He is.
Love Prince Paul. He don't get enough flowers on all the dope shit he's contributed to hip hop in terms of the music. Right? Do you feel like he does? Did he get enough flowers?
Not at all. Not at all. He's done a lot.
He's done a lot.
I mean, bangers upon bangers.
I was just telling Eric that.
I heard you tell him. Did you know in 1967, Greg Camp of Smash Mouth was born? A lot of Smash Mouth birthdays these days. Who's keeping track of this? Bolton, right?
I didn't make it.
That was the soundtrack to every 90s kid. Right
Dom
there.
made it for you so that you could
Smash
still.
Mouth. Which song? What was there? Oh, the All Star.
you know these
All-Star,
songs.
Walking on
You're an
Sunshine.
all-star.
Yeah,
Game
Bolton
on,
like that.
go
You know
play.
what song they do.
I'm a Believer. That's a good one.
Oh,
I don't know that one.
Listen.
Oh my God,
No,
the Shrek
wait,
one.
wait, time out.
Then
Bobo.
I saw her face.
Yes, that's
No, I'm a believer.
it's that song. It's the Monkees remake.
They did
Oh.
The Monkees originally did that song, and these
Not on
guys
Shrek.
not on Shrek. But I'm saying Smash Mouth remade the song, but it was originally by the Monkees,
right?
Which they didn't write it either. The writers for the Monkees wrote it.
All right, so their version is in Shrek.
Let me ask you something. How do
Smash
you guys
Mouth.
feel about people? How do you guys feel about rappers not writing their lyrics versus, let's say, an R&B singer not writing their lyrics? I want to know your opinion.
I don't mind it. You know, if you got someone who has all the things, like all the tools to actually be up on stage and carry the weight of it, and like have the wherewithal to learn the song, deliver it with power and all that stuff. I mean, that's what R&B singers do all the time.
Yeah.
You know, not all the greats that we grew up, you know, idolizing and praising wrote their own songs. They were great entertainers and great singers and performers that could amplify this song, but they weren't necessarily great with the pen, right? And because hip hop is so new, we're barely seeing the acceptance of ghost writers, which they shouldn't even be called ghost writers anymore. It was called ghost writers because the rapper didn't want you to know who wrote the song for him back in the day. But realistically, you should call them songwriters just like they are. And why not accept it if we accepted it from other genres? Because every other genre is that. We're the only one that we got to be hands-on and calling each other out if we didn't write something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So to me, I think it's acceptable if the artist is like actually like taking that shit and delivering it and, you know, being on the one with it.
That's how I feel about it too. I feel like we give everybody else the leniency to sing other people's lyrics and perform other things that they didn't write, you know? But also, I do feel like in general, I'll appreciate an artist more if I know that they write their own stuff, you know, or at least most of it.
That part's.
Oh wait, but I hate if they don't write their music, but then they
claim
say
it.
they write their music.
That they're
That's
claiming
fucked
that.
up. Yeah.
That's
the funk.
That's
Yeah.
the part I don't fuck with. You know what I mean? If they say they wrote it but they didn't write it,
Like
you know what I
like
mean?
with Dre, Dr. Dre. I mean, everyone knows that he doesn't write
He's
his
never
stuff.
wrote his own verses.
You know, but I mean, he was a producer that happened to MC, and also his delivery on the mic and whatever they wrote for him, he delivered it like convincingly.
Every writer has given him dope shit,
Right.
And he's never sounded whack,
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's, to me, that's dope. I mean, look at Eazy-E was a pioneer for the West Coast in terms of hip hop groups, and even as a solo artist, he didn't write one fucking word. Ice Cube wrote it, or DOC wrote it, or someone else wrote it. He didn't write it. He wasn't a great writer. What he did have was the voice, the instrument.
Mm-hmm.
And we accepted it from Eazy. We accepted it from Dre. We accepted it from many in this game that you know, wouldn't necessarily tell you that somebody else wrote their shit. But it's okay. Look how dope they sounded,
Yeah.
in spite of them writing it or not. that's the game right there. They're an instrument right there. You know what I mean? Like all our voices are different sounds of our own tone that comes from us, and we are instruments. And why not use it if you have it? Maybe you're not good with the pen. Someone else could pen it for you, and bang. You know what I mean? We said it earlier. We accepted it from every other genre. Why not our own? If we're accepting this fucking mediocrity that's happening right now, why would you be mad at a ghostwriter?
Yeah.
Or a songwriter? All right.
I was going to say something real quick. The chat room thinks you should recreate this picture, Be Real. Just like Smash Mouth.
Hey now.
Cypress Hill.
Hey now. You're an all-star. We don't need to do that. Did you know? In 1987, the legendary Buddy Rich passed away. Rest in peace, Buddy Rich. Legendary drummer. In case you didn't know, look him up.
Ever heard the Buddy Rich tapes? When he is like in rehearsal and he is cussing out, like if a musician is like fucking up. Hey, you fuckhead.
Ooh.
I'll go over there and I'll beat your fucking ass. You don't play the shit right.
Because you're wasted tape.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he was one of them.
Because you're wasting fucking tape. Hey, did you ever hear your father snap on anybody in the studio like that for fucking up? Like
a couple of times.
Yeah.
He punched a trumpet player.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, your father was feisty like you.
Yeah.
I see where you get it from, you son of a bitch.
Fighting in second grade.
Yeah, he was
fighting since second grade. Eric, big
Yeah,
brother.
that was your first fight? You were 7?
No, before that.
Before?
Oh, yeah, I was in kindergarten.
Oh, my God.
I was fighting. I fought teachers. I fought my classmates.
That was Bully Bobo right there. He's sitting next to Rev.
Bobo was the original Catch Me Outside.
He's the. You ever watch? No, you were probably too young for different strokes, right?
Yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah, no. If you ever find yourself watching Different Strokes, Gary Coleman talks about this bully named the Gooch. Bobo was the Gooch.
I'm gonna put your name in my phone. That's your contact now.
Different
You better not. Hey, Gooch, it's Rev. No.
The Gooch is back. All
I
right.
like your hat. It's so nice.
Thank you.
Word up.
Tonga Hut, Cypress Hill collab.
Word up. That's great. And did you know, in 1996, Bahamadia dropped Collage. Sorry.
Wow.
I was bolting. I was bolting for a second, bro.
College.
He transferred. He transferred into my spirit for a second. I don't know what happened there. It felt crazy.
Don't blame that on me.
I'm blaming it all on you. This
You
is
said
you.
it with confidence.
Collage.
College.
I mean collage. Sorry.
Yeah.
This is how this show goes.
I went to college.
Damn.
Salute to Bahamadia. We gotta get her in here at some point.
Well, so you know what he called your album?
College.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been College In. You know what I'm saying? If I read that all completely fucked up, you know what I'm saying? I don't got my glasses on. But, I pulled a Bolton right now. It happens. We all do it. So, going into the next bit. Let's see. We're about to open up the doors to the Insane Asylum. That means y'all, if you got a comment, question, shout out, suggestion, we are here for it. But first, if you hit us with a $20 super chat, we hook you up with a sticker pack of pins, $50 super chat, t-shirt, hat, and a bunch of cool shit. Hit us with a $100 super chat, and we send you a mystery box with a gang of cool shit. And if you hit any one of these marks, email us your name, photo ID, proving you're 21 and over, mailing address, shirt size, shoe size, and we hooks you up. BREALTV contest at gmail.com. Hit us there. And, if you're blazing up the hash holes, Cali Blaze got some shit cracking. Hand-rolled hash holes, pre-rolls. If you buy them bundles, you save a lot. Go to caliblaze.net. Use discount code BREALTV at checkout, and you get hooked up.
And I know you're at the vet, Cali Blaze. I hope your dog's doing good. But do you know how they have TVs in the waiting room? Just go ahead and switch it on to BREALTV for them,
Yeah. You're the guy that could do that and would do that. And we appreciate that you would do that.
Put them all on.
Put them on. All right, let's open up the doors.
I hope your dog is doing better, by the way.
Welcome to the insane asylum.
Speaking of dogs, Crystal in the chat is saying, I'd rather be adopted by a single woman in her mid-30s as a dog.
Okay.
That's why Senora dog, bro. After that first divorce,
That's
or if it's that final divorce, you're gonna be the most treasured dog ever, dog.
Yeah.
If you become a white poodle, you just don't want to be like a dog and like I don't know, like you don't want to come back as a dog in
What
Vietnam
kind of
or
dog
some
would
shit.
you come back as if that's all your option was? Let's say you couldn't be a cat. What kind of dog?
Fuck. See, because larger dogs die quicker because they have bone problems. So I'd probably have to be like a mid-sized dog. So I probably would love to be like a beagle.
All right.
Yeah,
A beagle. All right.
Yeah, like a beagle or
But if
something like that.
You're a small dog. You're more apt to live inside the house.
Yeah.
You know, so
That's a house dog for sure.
That's a house dog. If you're too big, you're going into the dog house.
See, yeah, that's what I'm
You
saying.
know what I
Like,
mean? You're going to be outside and have to deal with the elements.
But if you're too small a dog and you got a fucked up owner,
yeah,
a beagle's a perfect size, bro, because everybody thinks they're kind of cute. You know what I mean? So, they kind of get away with a lot because of the way they look. You know, and they're just the perfect size. They're athletic if you want to play fetch, and then they stay inside because, you know, you're like, he's too pretty to be outside. It's like having a wiener dog, but you don't want to have those back problems when they get older, you know?
Oh, yeah.
They got back problems?
Yeah, just like any large breed dogs, bro. Like large breed dogs, they like they'll if you have like a small dog and a big dog, the big dogs tend to die more than the small dog because it's just bigger upkeep with the body, bones go bad and shit. You know, shit starts breaking down.
yeah.
I've had all kinds of dogs.
Salute to the big dogs. All right, moving on.
Big shout to Psycho Beta Beatdown with the $400 super chat.
Ooh, he's got boxes and a bunch of cool shit.
This fool bought 4 super boxes in a row.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if this fool he wasn't going and then he's just like, "Come on,
Oh, yeah.
come on," and then
If
all
it
of
was a
them were-
mistake, if it was a mistake, you let us know when you email us. You know what I'm saying? Because you know we don't want to just be.
Buy another one.
He's on the
Fuck it.
phone right now with the credit card company. He's like,
He's
"How
like,
do
"Hey,
you
man, how do I get this back?"
He's saying in here his first super chat, welcome to Iceman 101.
All right. Oh, rest in peace, Val Kilmer, man. That's one thing we didn't mention in there today.
I thought that was Snake from Escape from LA, but it wasn't.
No, that's Kurt Russell.
Yeah, that's Kurt Russell.
Yeah, no. Val Kilmer, man, he's one of the fucking greats.
He was a great actor. He killed in The Doors.
He killed it in pretty much everything.
Yeah, everything. He was just a great actor. That was like
In
one of my
Heat,
favorites.
in Heat, he killed it. Top Gun, he killed that.
Yeah.
Killed
he
the
die?
Doors.
Yesterday or today?
No, how'd he die? Like
He had a condition that he had been dealing with for
pneumonia.
Yeah.
Who's be getting sick out there, man?
Well, his condition broke him down and it led him to get pneumonia.
He wound up losing his voice.
Yeah, he did like a surgery that fucked his voice up.
Yeah.
Yeah, rest in peace. But I'll tell you what, he left us a lot of gems to go through some of the catalog. I didn't know he played Billy the Kid. Oh, I'm gonna have to watch
Oh, I
that.
forgot. Yeah, he was the Batman.
Yeah, he was one of the Batman.
Yeah, dude. I just
People like be sleeping on his Batman.
Yeah, I mean, he was a cool Batman. Like he aesthetically, he kind of played the comic book image, you know.
And he didn't do this.
Yeah, he didn't do that, but at the same time, I mean, neither did Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton was the best fucking
Yeah.
Batman. And most importantly, yes, you're right. He didn't do this.
Who did, was that Christian Bale?
That's Christian Bale and to a degree Ben Affleck. But mostly Christian Bale.
Yeah, he does fit like the rich boy type of. I had rich parents, but then like, you know.
He was a good Batman. People don't give him enough credit for his Batman abilities, man. But
Wait,
rest
did
in
you
peace.
did you just say Ben Affleck was Batman?
Yes, he was.
Oh, I
You
didn't
did not know this?
No.
I think he played
He's
him
been
in
the most recent Batman.
in the Versus movie against Superman, I think it was.
Yeah, in the Justice League.
Oh.
He can't be Daredevil and Batman. That's the thing.
Well, they do that. Like, fucking, what's his face? Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds, he was Deadpool and he was the Green Lantern.
Just like fucking
He was in two different.
Iron Man.
But Iron Man, like
Gonna be
Robert
M-
Downey Jr. is going to be Doctor Doom.
Doctor Doom. Yeah, he's gonna be Doctor Doom.
Maybe this is a different universe.
They're gonna stop doing that. I heard though. Like people were just not. That was after the Deadpool and Wolverine movie too.
That was a good one.
I mean, they said they were. I mean, the first after that one, they said they were gonna like kind of like ease it down on cool it on the portal shit.
Well, let's see.
Because it's just very confusing. I'm just like, look, man, like the Teletubbies and Spider-Man shouldn't be in the same scene, bro. Like this portal shit is getting out of control.
Well, you know, that's the thing.
Strange portals.
That's what portals do. All right, next.
All right, Tony in here saying if these young rappers want to see what a performance is supposed to be like on stage, they need to look at a James Brown concert.
That's not wrong.
Damn, I bet he was crazy
He
live,
was
huh?
he was
I've never
badass
seen the
live.
video.
It was.
He didn't dial anything in unless he was on some PCP. Then he might have been dialing it in then. But when he wasn't on the PCP, he was and he was so money that he could tell when his band was off and turn around and look at a motherfucker.
I bet. Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, if the
pictures?
music's off, it's going to be hard to be on.
Of him like when he's done, he's all like super sweating, and he's like, I don't. You're like, man, some of it's because of the drugs, but some of it's because he's out there just like that. And then it turned into a meme, and instead of like my ribs don't look like this when they're done. Like, because he was he was like, I don't want him. Yeah, I was dying when I seen that because he had just given a hell of a show, but he's all
he's sweaty as fuck.
Oh yeah,
right?
he's glistening.
Yeah, and instead of my ribs don't look like that, I don't want him.
Oh man, that's crazy. All right.
This one you're talking
Yeah, that's the
about.
one right there.
Oh man, come on. You crazy.
Man, me trying to relieve myself for 2 weeks of gas station food.
That's not right. All right.
All right, you guys.
That's James fucking Brown, man.
All right, Treat Yourself is saying, sending warm blessings to the table. Shout to Reverie. Your music and style are real OG.
Hey, thank you so much. What's the name?
Treat Yourself. in the
Treat
super chat.
yourself. Mwah.
All right, we got Fabian in here saying, would love to see Be Real and R.A. the Rugged Man on a track. R.A.'s going to be in L.A. for the next couple of weeks. Let's get him on the show.
We got to get him on the show. Thank you for the heads up on that. We will work to do that. And salute to my bro. I haven't seen him in a while.
That would be sick.
Yeah. I'd be down. I got my bars ready. Let's go.
All right, Adrian is saying, Reverie, will we get a new These Hands album? Much love from Boyle Heights.
Hey, Boyle Heights, what's up? Yes, me and Grouch are right now working on the third These Hands album. So for everybody who didn't know, Mers is retiring from rapping. And so These Hands is now just myself and the Grouch. So we are working on a new album, and we have, I think, 10 songs already. So we're stacking them up, and it's really good. The album is coming together. It's kind of getting like a vibe and a sound, you know? I like it. A lot of it's going to sound very fresh. So yeah, definitely another one's coming. Hopefully this year.
I say that the only rapper that has stuck to his retirement really is Andre. Like Jay-Z, he hasn't been active in a while, but you know, he's retired several times, like Too Short has.
Yeah.
And it's hard for a
Too
motherfucker
Short,
to actually retire.
I bet.
Yeah. But I'm wondering if Mers is going to stay retired. Because, like, he
I
hasn't
hope
really...
not. No.
I mean, yeah, because he's not...
I love his
I mean, he's young.
Yeah.
Mm.
And maybe he's just had his fill, like Andre. Like, you know what? There's really nothing more I could say right now to this generation or whatever, so I'm going to just chill. Or, you know, it'll take something to inspire him to get him back on. Boom. Because sometimes that happens too. You might hear somebody and they might spark you and be like, oh, shit, I need to get back on.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
You know, retirement, I guess using that word is
it's hard.
It's hard. You know, sometimes it might be easier to just say, let me step away for a little bit and maybe I'll come back. I'll see you when I see you. You know, you leave it open. But retiring, when you say retire, I'm out. I'm out. And that's it.
Maybe
that's it.
That is it.
Maybe it's like how B said. Maybe he's you know, it's like I like Outkast. They're one of my favorite groups, and specifically Andre 3000. I've always liked the way he's presented himself as an artist. But there's a recent interview because he's been going to Japan and playing. He released that flute album, and then he's just like,
that's not retiring.
No, I know, but he said he's retiring from rapping, where he's like, what the fuck you guys want me to rap about? Like me getting a colonoscopy, I'm like 50. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't, like, he's like, I just don't feel inspired to do it as myself. He's like, maybe one day I feel like they got that shit back in them, but that's why he said he's doing just like normal shit. And people gotta like understand that shit too, you know? Where it's just like,
here's the thing though, like you got KRS-One rapping at 60. He's got plenty of shit to rap about at 60, experience in life, you know, whether it be politics or religion or street shit or fucking everyday life shit that you're living as a fucking person.
Is Chuck D still rapping?
Chuck D's still rapping.
Yeah, he's still making albums?
Yeah.
Yeah. And touring.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, listen, it's based off your life experiences or things you see your people go through that you might, you know, catch a spark of an idea from and turn it into something. And, you know, the only reason that people think like that and that Andre is caught up in this is, you know, like, and this is to his own. Like, no one could really speak to, you know, why he feels the way he feels. But realistically, we've been conditioned to think that once we get to a certain age, we're done in this shit because we can't connect with people.
Yeah.
Well,
And that is a bunch of bullshit.
It is.
But if you as an artist buy into that, then you basically are closing the door on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But others who are still around in the age from 40 and up to 60, still out there rocking shows, doing new music, talking to people about right now. So, you know, I think it's all an individual choice. Maybe he's just tired of it, tired of the politics, tired of being away from home, away from the family, and he just wants to be stable. Because, like, when you're on the road, you're on the road.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's it. You gotta be able to tough that out depending on how long that road journey is for all those tours you might do. Maybe he just got tired of it.
That's the thing. Like,
it's that
now,
Badu effect, bro. All the
that.
guys that date her, bro. It's like, hey, man, I got an epiphany. I'm just going to stop. Shit changes for you. And I feel like, I'm like, man, he ain't dropped an album since then, bro.
No, but the thing, like, with that, if he was to announce that, okay, he's gonna do another Outkast album with Big Boy, that his whole world is gonna go then upside down. Everybody's gonna be at him. He's got to go through this whole thing again, and maybe he just doesn't want to do that.
It's a lot.
You know, it's a lot. You know, maybe he's doing music every day, different thing. He's fulfilling himself, but sometimes it's that whole thing that comes along with it that he's just like maybe like.
Well, yeah, the politics of doing what we do, especially if you're on a major label, the fucking hoops you got to go through when you release an album, especially one on their level as Outkast or Andre 3000. It's a lot of shit you got to do if you're doing it the traditional way, right? I mean, we did it from A to Z when we were with Sony, so I could totally get like at this age it would be a lot to deal with.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a lot to do with at any age too. Like, people don't realize how much work goes into all these albums and tours that we're doing. Like, they just see the pictures on Instagram and then they come to the concert, you know, but they don't see how we're not sleeping right, we're not eating right, we're away from the people we love, we're doing interview after interview after interview after interview, you know, and it's a lot. And people might see like one or two of the interviews and they didn't realize how much we had to go around in every network that we have and all the cities that we have to try to spread the message, you know, try to spread the music.
I just think if he falls in love with it again, we'll hear something. You know, if he's cool with what he's done and he is just living life and, you know, doing whatever the fuck makes him happy, then that's great too, because he's put plenty of dope ass work in for us to listen to, you know, that never gets old because they got that timeless shit.
Maybe he's doing that thing that Michael Jordan did when he got tired of playing basketball and then he played like baseball for a little bit and then he was like, nah, I'm not good at this. And then he just went back and he's just like, I'm gonna go back to playing basketball.
I forgot about that.
I think he just
That's so iconic.
It
like,
could,
let me just go baseball.
Yeah, that's a great analogy. That's two great analogies, buddy. You're fucking on a roll. All right, let's go. Next one.
All right, Rose and Ricky in here saying, love to see Reverie on the show, saying Northeast Los Angeles in the house.
Northeast LA.
Northeast LA.
There it is.
How come you didn't read it like she wrote it, bro?
She's saying Nella in the house.
Yeah, but that's how they say
Hey,
it,
hell yeah.
Yeah,
Nella's in the house. 90042, baby.
Gotta say it right.
Love the hometown. Oh my God, it's so funny because, you know, obviously I travel a lot from my job and tour everywhere, and people always say, oh, you're from East Los, huh? I'm like, no, I'm not from East Los. I'm from Northeast LA. And then they say, isn't it the same thing? I'm like, no, it's not the same thing. It's like if you were like, oh, I'm from New York, but they say you're from Brooklyn when you're from Manhattan.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not the same thing.
Right, it's
you
not.
want to exactly like I'm not from South Central. I'm not from West Los. Like, I'm from Northeast LA.
Yeah.
You know? And then they're like, oh, I guess if you compare it like that, like with the New York thing, it makes more sense, you know?
Yeah.
Because I can understand how it could sound silly, but we know what it is.
Right.
You know?
what it is.
Well, yeah.
Everywhere's so different. LA's so big. People
Absolutely.
don't realize how big it is.
It's fucking huge.
Mm-hmm.
And we're by the beach, man. All right, next.
T. Lee is asking, has E-Zone or Bobo seen the cinematic masterpiece Midgets vs. Mascots starring Gary Coleman?
What?
Gary.
What?
So he was considered a midget.
Oh, Gary Coleman.
No, I think he's more of a mascot here than a midget.
This
No
is a
way,
movie.
he's a mascot, bro. Being called a mascot and being that short is way more offensive than being called a midget.
I don't know.
Like-
I don't know.
Mockumentary.
It's a mockumentary.
So midget is considered, I mean, little people, whatever you say.
Like 4'3"
whatever.
and
It's
under.
4? Are you sure? I thought
Oh wait,
it
no,
was
I'm sorry.
4'11".
No, I'm sorry.
I think it's 4'11".
It's yeah.
Yeah, well, no, look it up.
I don't know.
I don't wanna-
I can't.
Let's see.
I don't. You don't want to offend nobody.
The medical
You've
condition
already-
of dwarfism is defined as 4 feet 10 inches or
There you go, I
shorter.
told you.
4'10",
Yeah, you got to be under 4'10". Well, because there's different types of midgets.
Little people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You study this or what, E-Zone?
Yes.
There's
you
a
know,
I mean,
different
obviously
types.
he knows,
They
right?
probably should have called that little people and what's the name of that thing? You know, not midget.
Little
Dwarf?
people and
Midgets and
mascots.
mascots.
Yeah, little people and mascots.
Well,
That'd be less of offensive.
yeah, but I think there was, they did that on purpose, Bobo.
Oh, it's a new movie?
I don't know.
No.
No, this was 2009, it says.
2009.
Well, back then was before everyone was offended about
Yeah.
everything, so
True that.
it probably
Yeah.
wasn't like so bad. back
Exactly.
then.
Exactly.
Now
This
everyone's
is-
like, you breathe. Oh, I'm offended.
I'm
Yeah.
offended
I don't
by,
feel safe.
by the way you breathe.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So let me
so
see
annoying.
who's in this.
Who's in this? Let's see.
How many
Scottie
midgets are
Pippen.
in there?
Scottie Pippen.
Scottie
Oh.
Pippen's in it? Oh, shit.
Jason Mewes.
There's a lot of folks.
Go down.
All
There's
right.
hardly any midgets in there.
I was just thinking that.
It's like one.
You mean little
Right?
people?
I seen like 2.
E-Zone?
Did I see no midgets? The smallest one there is
I didn't know
Gary.
too many actors in that neither.
Yeah.
You look at the cast of Tippy Toes. That's a cast of midgets right there, dude.
What's that?
It's a movie with Sean Connery, and no wait, I'm sorry. What's his name, Ray?
Why are you laughing?
Sean Connery. I was like, what movie is
Matthew
this?
McConaughey. Yes.
Matthew McConaughey.
McConaughey. So he's
Wait, let me switch the picture in my head. Okay,
Sean
Matthew
Connery is in
okay.
a picture.
no, but he's marrying this girl or something like that. And the problem is that like he's like, yo, but she's a midget or he's a midget and she's having a baby. He's like, what if the baby's a midget? And like the whole family is all, yeah, it's a real movie. Look, there it is.
I wonder if
Oh
we
my
could get a count
God.
on how many times Ezo said midgets in this piece.
They
right
say it
now.
in this movie a lot.
Is
Okay,
this a B
2003.
movie? Is
I
this-
recommended it to you, bro, for the
This-
B movies. It's
Tip
definitely
toes.
see, look, the powerful midget from
Oh yeah, that one guy.
Well,
he's my least favorite.
You mean little person,
He's
Peter Dinklage.
he's in a lot of movies.
Oh yeah, he's a really great actor. This
Yeah.
all right.
he
See,
is.
I recognize more people in this cast.
Yes,
than
I
the other
do.
one.
Than the last one.
Whoa, wait, the bottom row, like, is that the real faces?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
that's the
like
real
the one
face.
on the left, like the first one on the bottom,
Yeah.
and the third one on the
Yeah.
bottom.
Stewie.
Oh wow!
Hey,
You
Bobo.
said Stewie.
Bobo, the first one you could actually run as a B movie.
Hell no.
The first one.
The first one you could run as a B movie right there.
Yeah,
All right, moving on.
All right. Florida Nick's asking, be real. Are you wearing that
Oh,
Dixon Black
shit.
Sunday flannel?
Yes, sir. That's what this is.
That's nice.
Flannel.
Flannel.
Yeah, here it
They
is.
cut that.
The
The
flannel.
fucking
The
flannel.
flannel.
That's hard.
The Cypress Hill Black Sunday.
Flannel. You did it. You did it to yourself, G.
All right. Tattoos by Fabian is asking, would love to hear when Reverie and Bobo's first time hearing Cypress Hill.
My first time, I was too little. I don't remember. I was really little, but my dad always played Cypress Hill. That's how I became a fan. And my dad, he loves music. Oh, you met him finally at that show.
Yeah.
That we had. But he loves music. Even to this day, every time I hang out with him, we always listen to music. When he's like in the garage doing something, listening to music. But he really likes you guys' music, so I grew up listening to it a lot.
Salute to your father.
Yeah, I was little. I don't know what that would be like. I don't know, probably four or five.
You want
like I remember you guys like when I was that little, like 5, 6.
Awesome.
Mhm.
If you're asking for me, I was going to go pick up weed from the weed guy. I was going to USC, and I go in, and he's bumping "Stoners Away to Walk" and "Funky Feelin'," and I'm like, "Damn, what you listening to? And who's that?" And I wonder why that guy is rapping like that. It was you.
Yeah.
I said, man, this is interesting. So yeah, that's when I first heard Cypress Hill. A year later, we was on tour.
That's cool.
I like them apples.
Sure.
Chief. Old school phrase right there. All right.
Benny is saying, yo, Reverie, I took a homegirl to Rhymefest, and she's been a big fan of yours ever since, and she said your fit was awesome as well.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, the designer's name is Ea Loca. You can find her on Instagram. Yeah, Rhymefest was really dope. I wanted to wear something iconic because I knew it was going to be a big show. And honestly, I think that was like the biggest crowd I've ever been in front of.
That was a big crowd.
During my part, I think it was like 8,000 people or something like that. I remember when I got there, I wanted to go on the stage just to see like how big the crowd was, you know?
Yeah.
And someone was acting funny with me. I was like, what the hell? Like, I'm not going to be begging to go on the stage. Like, you know who I am. You know, when people act like that, I was like, whatever. So I was like, I'll just see it when I go up. And then when I went up, I was like, oh shit. Like, I didn't know what, like I knew it would be that big, but I thought it would be like 3,000 people.
Right.
And it's fucking like 8,000 people. I was like, I remember my heart
Did you get nervous?
Hell yeah. I was like, I walked out there like, yeah, let's get it. I'm like, oh shit, all right, let's get it. Like, oh, it was crazy. But that was dope. I really like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
So-
the biggest crowd you guys have ever done?
Um,
Humongous.
with Cypress, it was Woodstock. That was like 484,000.
Oh my God. Where was Woodstock?
That was in upstate New York.
Upstate New York,
yeah.
480,000. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
That shit was crazy. I had the same feeling you did.
Shit.
Because we had rocked big shows up to that point, like in terms of festivals. We had been doing festivals for a while at that point, but never something on that scale. And it was like, oh, fuck.
Damn.
I tried not to get like seasick because seeing all those people like fucking jumping like this was like watching waves in water.
I bet.
That shit was like, yeah, this is.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Are you
that's
gonna play it?
That's not even all the way in the back.
Oh my God. Oh,
This is an MTV thing, right? They
that's cool. Oh shit. Damn.
Yeah, they were out there.
That's such a crazy high performing. Just performing in general, even if it's in front of 10 people, like, but damn, performing like that, like,
And already
holy
high.
shit, that is crazy.
I lost my shoes and socks this day.
Oh my God.
Not in a bet.
How? I have to know how.
I jumped in the crowd and they pulled them right off.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Lost me goddamn
Yeah,
shoes.
someone went home sniffing your socks.
Shoes and socks, yeah.
Yeah.
You got me.
Nasty.
No, they're nasty. I ain't sniffing nobody's fucking socks. Hell no.
The stash was in the shoe.
Damn.
Look at that shit. That shit was wild.
Yep, that already got the shoe. There
I
goes
mean-
the sock. They got both shoes at that point. They got
Oh, shit.
the homie next to me. They got his shoes too, probably. Yeah.
Wow.
Sendo just had a ripped shirt. His shirt was just all like ripped up, but he still had his shoes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, there goes Sendogs. His shit got ripped up. His nice little graphic shirt. Looked like he was in his workout shirt. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know how people go to the gym with ripped shirts and shit back then? That's what it looked like for him.
Oh, wow. Oh, and then you guys kept going, of course, right?
Yeah, you
Oh,
don't stop.
shit.
Yeah, you don't stop. But yeah, that was crazy. I had that same feeling you described when I saw the crowd. Like, seeing it for someone else is one thing. Seeing it like when you're looking out at it and it's looking back at you, that's
Yes.
the crazy part.
It's like a monster staring in your soul, and you're like, you have to tame the monster.
Yeah.
Like, Oh shit! That's
All I was
crazy.
thinking was, I hope I don't fuck up right now.
I bet. Isn't
Word.
it crazy how you, when you get off stage, you'll notice all the things you fucked
Oh, yeah.
up, and then you tell somebody, they tell you, "Oh, you did so good," and like, "Oh no, I did this wrong, I did that wrong, I did this wrong," and it's like nobody even notices.
If they're not a part of the stage thing, they won't notice it. But
They
we do that
don't.
all the time.
Yeah.
We're like Bobo and I will and Lord will talk about like this part or that part,
Mhm.
or if we came up with something new and hey, we got to do that shit again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, look, we'll all take notes as we're going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I try my best to just have fun up there. That's what I have to remind myself. Like, and also I have to remind myself to be there in the moment.
Yeah.
Because you know, sometimes when you're doing it, and then all of a sudden it's over and you can't even really remember.
Right,
Like, you know,
right.
you did good, but you can't really
It's a
remember.
blur.
Yeah. So now, recently, I've been telling myself, like, during a break in between songs, I'm like, take this in. Like, take it in. Don't just give. Like, take it.
Sometimes I don't mind that though, because like I feel like you're in a zone right there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And you don't necessarily want to stop the momentum of like how you're fucking flipping it at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it is important to let it breathe,
Mhm.
you know, and let them process it and then fucking hit them with it again.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next one.
All right. Bobo might like this question. We got For the Love of Music in here saying Reggae Rise Up in Tempe this weekend. Bobo and Be Real. Any meet and greet or appearances planned for this weekend? Any meet and greets, Bobo?
No. No. No.
You haven't got the memo?
No, there's none.
No memos? Me neither. I was just asking you if you got the memo.
No, there's none. Officially, there's none. All right.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Because sometimes festivals will surprise us, or our management will. Salute to management, primary way. You will get there and be like, you guys got a 35-minute meet and greet at right before you go on stage, or do you want to do it after?
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
it's either that or also, could you sign these posters? Or how many? There's only about 300.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh man, there was one day we had 1,000 posters we had to fucking sign. I was like, what?
Yeah. Oh my
Like what?
Where are these
Shit would have been
going?
cramping up, bro. I would have been, yeah.
I mean, hey,
1,000?
would've
That's
put-
like a few hours.
it's a part of the gig. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Like these are some of the things you got to do.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Put the bowling wrist thing.
Oh, when Trace comes in with the box,
yeah,
and it's like 1,000 to 2,000 of them, we're like, oh man.
Well, they said that you had to sign these, you know.
Yeah, you know, hey, we
That's
do it.
cool. But it's different though when you know you're gonna do it and it's for something you planned, you know. But then if the promoter randomly,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, with meet and greets, you expect it, but it's like you just don't know how much you're gonna fucking do. But you know, we don't mind them. It is what it is. It's us connected with the fans, so
Hell yeah.
that's all good. And you see all them boards, Bobo? Did you see all the boards?
All of them.
It's a fucking clean E and A, you bastard.
You know, you're improving
What?
your signature.
It's always
because
been.
You know that it was Birur.
It's always been. There was only a
never
couple of rurs. Let's talk about DJ Lur.
Oh, him? Forget about it. You don't even see the DJ. It's just a.
It's just a. Lur. I mean, I don't even know if you could get a semblance of a
where's Lord?
name out of it.
Can you see Lords up?
I was gonna say with Lords, is that like just that?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
What is
that. It's
What's
like.
What does that say to you?
It looks like he drew a blunt out of the fucking skull's mouth. Is what it looks like. It doesn't look like a signature, but it is.
Does
How
that say
crazy is
Lord to
that?
you, Rev? Does
What
that
was
say
that?
Lord? That right there?
It looks like someone's crossing something out.
So I'm crossing this O out. I don't like this O right here.
Oh.
Oh yeah. DJ Lord's creative. All right.
All right, let's see here. Miz in here saying studio versus live play at a concert is the best test for who's a real artist or who's phoning it in.
Wait, say that again.
Miz is saying studio versus live play at a concert is the best test for who's a real artist.
Well, look, let's say it like this. If you do it in the studio, you're a real artist. If you do it live, you're a real artist. If you could do both, you're a very real artist. Because let's just put it like this, right? There are some studio musicians that are great in the studio, not so great live. And that goes for any part of it, whether it's the singing, whether it's the bass, guitar, piano, drums, so on and so forth. That is a fact. That's why, there are studio musicians that stay in the studio. They don't go on tour. They're not a part of any band. If they do a gig, it's maybe local and a one-off because they are studio musicians and that's what they fucking like to. They don't want the pressure of all the other shit. And then they're the guys that can do the studio shit and do the live shit, or only do the live shit. They're not necessarily as polished in the studio. So each one is an artist. And one is not better than the other. They just got different skill sets. But if you got someone that can do both, they're fucking special. Right, Bobo? Right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like if you are not as good at one, if you just keep doing it more, you can be.
You can be. You can
for the
get
performing or for the recording.
You can get there for sure.
It's like everything in life. Everything takes practice. Everything, the more you do it, the better you get at it. Like let's say if you play basketball, when you first start off, you're going to suck.
Right.
And other people are going to be better than you. But if you keep practicing, you can get good at it.
Yep.
You could do it with cutting hair, with doing nails, with rapping. When you start, you're going to suck. Some people do have like a God-given talent, like that blessing of that, talent that you can't deny. But that only goes so far, Yeah. But you don't need that to become good at something. You can learn.
Yeah.
You can learn.
You got to put the work in. All right.
RS is asking, Reverie, you're from Highland Park, right?
Yes, I'm from Highland Park.
And he's asking, how did you get your name?
I got my name, well, I used to do graffiti, and that's what I used to tag. And I got that name when I was like 15. I was like 15, 16, I don't really remember. But, in school when you have to write down the definitions, like look up words in the dictionary and write them down.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that assignment would take me too long because I like words. So I would just start reading it. Like there's so many cool words in the dictionary you never seen, And at the time, I wanted to start doing graffiti for real. Like I was just tagging with markers and streaks, but I wanted to start piecing.
Yeah.
And I used to write baby at that time, and I was like, obviously I can't piece baby. Everyone writes that, And so then that's when I saw that word in the dictionary when I was doing my homework, and that's what I started writing. Yeah, and it was hard because there's like 2 R's in it, there's 3 E's in it, and it's 7 letters long.
Yeah.
Like that's not a very wise choice for a graffiti name,
Yeah.
But I was just so in love with the name. I was like, no, I don't care. Like I'm gonna make it work. So that's how I got my name. Yeah.
And you made it work.
Yeah. And then when I started rapping, I just went by that because I didn't think my music was gonna go anywhere. I started releasing music on MySpace. So that's where I first put on my music. And for the first couple years of me rapping, I never showed my face online. I'd always have like a bandana or like my eyes blurred. Because I was still tagging at the time and I didn't want to get caught, obviously.
Right.
But then I kind of stopped and then I was like trying to take things to the next level. And everyone kept telling me like, everyone who knew my face, they're like, you have to show your face. It's good marketing. And
you were all DJ FM with it?
Yeah. I was like, oh, no, it's not about the marketing. Like, it's for the art. And like, I was still like at that phase, like, and that's where I was. And then I started showing my face. And now I don't really do graffiti. I do murals, though.
Yeah, I've seen
murals
that.
with like characters, yeah.
That's dope.
That's the character, the one that you usually paint up, like the girl?
Yeah. So I like doing that. And it's funny because when people see me doing those characters, graffiti writers, if they see me doing it, they'll come up and they'll be like, you write, huh? I'm like, I used to. Like, that's why I know how to use the can. But I used to just do letters, But the thing about letters versus a character on the wall, people don't want letters on the wall in general. They're like, oh, that's graffiti. But if you put a character, they're like, oh, that's cute. Oh, that's cool.
It used to all be together, right? You ever thought about doing a character while you're doing a show?
I have never thought of that. No.
That'd be crazy.
That would be cool. But it takes a long time, though.
Yeah.
Like,
you'd have to have a long-ass show.
Yeah. Like,
or a simple character.
Yeah, I guess I could do a simple version of it. But usually when I paint those murals, I mean, I think we usually take like between 3 and 6 hours. Yeah. Like, depends on how much time we have, obviously, how big it is and the time frame. But I like to take my time. Like the longer we have, the better.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's kind of like making a song. Like if you don't have 3 hours in the studio versus 6 hours in the studio, they're gonna treat it completely different, right?
I think we just talked about something that would be the shit. Like if you made a song about doing the art, right? And in the video, you are actually doing the art, and then you incorporate it into your live show. Boom!
Bring it.
I'm gonna figure it out.
I know you will. All right, next one.
All right, Utah Hawk is saying, rest in peace to Val. My favorite role of his is Real Genius.
One of my favorite roles of Val Kilmer was Doc Holliday in Tombstone.
Yeah, that was classic.
He stole almost every scene in that movie.
He was the man in that.
Yeah. All right.
And let's see here. Twackalack saying, shout to Reverie, many blessings to you. That's in the super chat.
What's his name?
Twackalack.
Twackalack. That's a funny name. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Mr. Joe in here saying, Reverie and Mellow Man share birthdays. Blessings.
Oh my God, April 12th. Yeah, my birthday's coming up next week, I think.
Every season.
Yeah, I'm
Where the
excited.
party at? Where?
I'm gonna go to Bermuda.
Oh.
I'm taking a vacation to Bermuda.
Oh, so you're not inviting anybody?
I mean,
No, Bobo, you
guys can
cannot go.
come.
Like Bermuda.
I'll bring Ashley.
Yeah. Like,
Where's
come on.
Bermuda at?
Next week. Huh?
Yeah.
Where's Bermuda at?
It's in the middle of the ocean. Like, you know how far away
Like the
Hawaii
fucking triangle?
is? Yes, the Bermuda Triangle. That's where I'm going.
You can visit that place?
Yeah, I mean, it's an island.
Oh.
But it's like in the middle of the ocean. Like how far away Hawaii is from the West Coast. You know,
Yeah.
it's really in the middle of nowhere. That's how Bermuda is, but on the East Coast. It's not by Puerto Rico. It's not by Cuba. It's
Further out, right?
Further out.
all the way out.
They
Way
got like
further out.
tourist shit like for you to do, or like it's like some wild like you're on some survival shit.
No, it's not.
No,
like that.
Bermuda's one of those places people go on vacation to all the time.
Here you go, E-Zone, right here.
Oh, okay.
There
Crazy, huh?
goes the triangle. Son.
I'm going out there with my homegirl, Mr. B, baby, because she's going to be painting live at this dope mural festival. She's a really dope muralist. So I'm going to be out there with her.
That's dope.
I'm excited.
Salute.
Yeah, looks dope. You should go, Bobo. There you go.
That's cool. I'm just
Yeah,
going to be on
right.
the beach, honestly. I'm trying to get tanned or relax.
I've been looking for another little vacation spot when the time comes.
Vacaciones.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And big shout out to Crystal. Thank you so much for the super chat. And we got Yeeski Love saying, thanks for holding a sacred space. Be real. And he's saying, or is your space just sacred? Thanks for holding a sacred space. Be real. Or is your space just sacred? Asking.
All the above. Hold the sacred space, and the space is sacred.
And the last one so far, Psycho Beta Beatdown. Thank you so much for the $100 super chat again. That makes 500.
Jesus Christ.
Boom.
Thank
Five
you.
big booms, E-Zone.
Nice.
5 big booms.
Hell yeah.
5 mystery boxes.
Damn.
Shout outs to the fans.
Get 5 more and make it 1,000.
Oh my God! Stop. Don't do that, Bobo. The sauce is coming out the pot. Hey,
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I want to thank everybody for getting down with us today on the Dr. Greenthumb Show. Thank you for your super chats. Thank you for your submissions that we will get to tomorrow because we didn't get to them today. And thank you to Reverie for sitting in once again.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been fun.
Hell yeah.
Much love to all y'all. We send you positivity and good energy and spread that around amongst yourselves. Reverie, you got any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, shout outs to the fans. Shout outs to Be Real. Shout outs to the Dr. Greenthumb Show. Shout outs to everyone watching, everyone that's a new fan of me. Welcome to my world. I'm happy to be here, and me and B-Real got a song coming up.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Right on. Eric Bobo.
All right. Big ups to everybody checking out the show. Thank you, Rev, for coming on through. Big ups to everybody at the table. Catch me on the socials at X at Eric Bobo, at IG at Eric_Bobo, also on Discord, Bobo's Corner and Insane Asylum. Big ups to everybody that supports the show, Treehouse Crew, and have a good one. Go LAFC. Snacks and I, we say, buddy.
Yo, shout out the Insane Asylum. Thank you guys so much. Shout out to Ray Morning Shop Film. Shout out to the Dominator. And what's up, E?
Salute to everybody for tuning in this morning. We will not have a We Don't Smoke the Same podcast tomorrow because we're producing the comedy show in Redondo Beach. So salute to everybody who got their tickets. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys there tomorrow. Make sure you guys get there early because it is not in LA. And also, there's a lot of new merch at flavorsbyezone.com or highhungry.shop. There's the pre-orders for the new jacket, for the We Don't Smoke the Same jacket, are almost sold out. So I don't want to be hearing how you didn't have enough time like the other kids, all right?
Mm-hmm.
When you're putting that work in, make sure that you're putting that work also into yourself. Swallow that.